We welcome to Milano Cortina Olympics 2026 as Czechia will face off against Team Canada here at the Milano Santa Giulia Ice Hockey Arena here in Milan, Italy. Hello everybody, I'm Max. Glad you could be with us here on the MHS network for our coverage of the Olympic hockey, the men's hockey, and this should be a treat to watch. Obviously, Canada being the favorites coming into this tournament because they won that Four Nations with Connor McDavid's overtime goal back against Team USA in that championship game. Basically, everything's still the same for Team Canada. They basically have the same roster than they had last year, basically, and with the addition of Macklin Celebrini being there, and you know, he has been one of the great rookies of this NHL season. He's been really good, where it's just insane how Macklin Celebrini has developed into a great superstar in the National Hockey League. It's just great to watch. And for Team Czechia, this is going to be a real challenge for them. They do have some NHL players, more than what we had with Slovakia yesterday against Finland, where Slovakia won it 4-1. This is going to be a test for them for sure, as they are going to face a really good Team Canada team that hopes to win gold, as that's their only goal, gold or bust, basically. As Sidney Crosby said, we're focused. He said that in a press conference or whatever earlier on before this game, and they just focused on, you know, respecting their opponents from game one. They know that they're going to be playing their best hockey right away, obviously when the puck drops, but they are really trying to get it all together and all connected before that gold medal game, and they want to make it to that gold medal game. They got to get to the playoffs and all that stuff. These are just the preliminary rounds, and they are needing to have their best game here, as they're just focusing on that and respecting their opponents as well, but not too much so they can beat them. And that's what they're trying to do, as Canada should be one of the favorites, if not the favorite, coming into this tournament. And this should be interesting. Honestly, this should be really interesting what this matchup entails for us, as David Pastrnak on the other end trying to lead his team to a victory here against Czechia and try to pull the upset. We've already seen upsets here in the tournament with yesterday with Slovakia and Finland, and almost an upset by Italy over Sweden. We'll also have Finland-Sweden tomorrow at 5 o'clock a.m. Central Time. And that'll be a real good game, hopefully, as Finland will desperately need a win in that game, as they have no points in the standings. Sweden won their last game against Italy, their first game of the tournament, and they already have 3 points in that standings, tied up with Slovakia. So let's see how this goes, as we'll be right back with the puck drop coming up next here on the NHL and MHS. We'll be back, everybody. Welcome you back, everybody, back to the Milano Sant'Aguglia Ice Hockey Arena, and we welcome you back inside as Czechia and Canada will face off here inside this great venue for the Olympics. As our starting goalies for today's game, I think it's going to be Jordan Binnington in net for Canada. There's been speculation, there's been conversations, criticism on thinking Binnington has not had a good season at all with the St. Louis Blues. The whole season for the St. Louis Blues have been terrible for them. And everyone's questioning, is he really going to be the goalie that's going to lead us to potentially gold? And that they have Logan Thompson behind, and they could honestly use Logan Thompson instead. And that's the debate right now, but I think they're going to be starting Jordan Binnington here first. And for Czechia, they'll be starting Lucas Dostal, who has been good with the Anaheim Ducks this season. Anaheim, I think, in a wild card spot as we left off in the NHL season. If you want to tune into more of our NHL coverage, subscribe and like, and we'll cover after these Olympics end. We'll talk about the Stanley Cup playoffs, so we'll cover them too, and the Stanley Cup final. As the captain for both teams, Crosby, obviously, there's no way Crosby was not going to be the captain of Team Canada. There is just absolutely no way that was not going to happen. And McDavid and Makar as the alternate captains for Team Canada. Not dressed in today's game as Travis Sanheim, one of the defensemen, as he's X'd out as... It seemed like Thomas Harley was not going to play. Hey, Tanner. How you doing? I'm going to read the chat here. Harley was expected not to play in this game, but apparently he is now, so he's going to be paired up with Drew Doughty on a defensive pairing. Top defensive pairing for Canada, Devon Toews and Cale Makar. And the second pair, Josh Morrissey and Colton Parayko. Harley and Doughty, as I previously mentioned, and then their seventh defenseman would be Shea Theodore. And this is an interesting first line. I wasn't expecting this first line. Celebrini, Wilson, and McDavid. That's honestly an interesting line when you really think about it. I wasn't really expecting that. You know, there's just so much talent on Team Canada right now that, I mean, honestly, you could just throw any kind of combination right now and it could work. It's just that stacked of a team. But the question is, if they do fall behind in the game, will they possibly could change line combinations? I don't remember seeing these line combinations because, yes, Celebrini was in the Four Nations last year. I didn't see these last year. These defensive. Honestly, I never saw McKinnon with Haig or Suzuki last year. I think the Marner, Crosby, Stone line was in the Four Nations. I remember that. For Czechia, though, Pastrnak is one of the alternate captains, Radko Gudas, one of the other alternate captains, and Roman Cervenka as the captain of this Czechia team. Suzuki on second line right wing. I believe so, yes, I think you're right. Yeah, right wing. He'll be on right wing, Nick Suzuki. As if you're just joining us, glad you could be with us here on the MHS Network. Subscribe. We'll have more coverage of the Olympics. I know the people like William. I know I've repeated this so much times, but just to remind everybody, if you're tuning in for the first time, subscribe. We'll cover the Olympics throughout the whole week. We'll cover tomorrow the Finland-Sweden game and 2 USA games on Saturday and Sunday, I believe, unless any changes happen in the schedule. But I do know for sure Finland-Sweden tomorrow at 5 o'clock a.m. Central. Canada, yeah, I mean, I see Canada as a favorite in this matchup. I'd be really shocked if something were to happen with Czechia, but I mean, Czechia does have some good NHL players. I mean, David Pastrnak, Morin Necas, Tomas Hertl. I wouldn't be surprised if maybe this is a tighter game than we expect it to be. Okay, not dressed for Czechia. How do you pronounce that? Holy moly. Slapik, Tachik, and Vemelka are not going to be dressed here for Team Czechia. So They will not be in the lineup here tonight for them. Pardon me, everybody. And first defensive pairing, Hronik and Semic, Gudis and Kepney, Spacek and Rudda. Oh, we're underway already. So why is my stream glitching? Okay, we're underway. Nothing's happened. Scoreless. The shots are 2-1. Shot back in from the blue line. I thought it had not started yet. The centering pass did not go for Hagel. McKinnon from the boards goes wide of the net. Morrissey rimmed it all the way around. McKinnon deflected it. A reverse hit there as Parayko sends it in deeper. Goes back up top for Morrissey. Here's Hagel along the boards. Giving it for McKinnon. McKinnon up high at the blue line. Pass to Parayko. A turnover at the blue line, though, and Camp will move it ahead with Palat. Camp in the middle. Camp left it. Shot. Save made. Bennington. And that was Campney with the opportunity with that chance in the circle. And pardon me, everybody. I don't know why the stream didn't start the game. Had to reload it, and it was already like 40 seconds in. So apologizing for that. This is a great reverse hit there by Nathan McKinnon. One off the draw. Thomas Harley now with the puck for Team Canada. Off the stick. That was Wilson. The top line out here. Celebrini, his first ever Olympic Games, as it's held in by Harley. Celebrini save! Rebound was there. What a pass by Harley that set it up for Celebrini. Wow. Celebrini was in the slot. Cervenka dumps it back in. Harley, that's a penalty upcoming on Czechia. Wilson, so a delayed call going against Team Czechia early on in the game, and we're going to see that power play of Team Canada. That's honestly one of the dumbest penalties I've seen, too. The puck was nowhere near him, and I think he got cross-checked from behind or either interfered with. Harley now to McKinnon. McKinnon lost it. And so, a power play upcoming for Team Canada. 2 minutes as referees working the game. Wes McCauley, team Canada from Canada. Who knows if he's making the calls? Yeah, that's an obvious call though. Now it's on McDavid. Sedlak to the box, and so Team Canada power play that's really stacked, and we saw it at the Four Nations. Will go again. Crosby, McKinnon, and McCarr. It's honestly one of the best power plays you'll ever see. As it's shot down the length of the ice, Bennington played it behind his own cage. As it's now McCarr carrying it ahead. McCarr carries it through center with some speed. McCarr on the outside tries to center one for Reinhart. It goes around the boards, not out of the zone. McDavid held it in. McDavid shot off the crossbar. The net, oh, it looks like it's dislodged here. McCarr, now McDavid. The net is dislodged. Wow. Connor McDavid right off the crossbar. This first line power play. Sam Reinhart, Nathan McKinnon, Crosby, McDavid, and McCarr. That's honestly unbelievable. All of them have won Stanley Cups before. Crosby with the most, with 3. No, pardon me, McDavid hasn't won a cup. Yeah, he's gone to 2 cup finals. They've all been in the Stanley Cup final. And McDavid's the only one that hasn't won yet. Crosby in the faceoff dot against Kampf. Kampf wins the draw. Rimmed all the way around as it was held in by McKinnon at the point. Played back for Crosby as he holds it in along the blue line. Crosby sends it low. McDavid back to Crosby. War glove save by Dostal on that opportunity. As Dostal gets the glove on Crosby, and he makes the stop there. As Crosby, nice keep at the blue line, give and go with McDavid, and great stop there by Dostal, as this has been a firing game right now. McCarr from the blue line off the draw as McDavid gets it. McDavid down to the goal line. Crosby. McDavid along the near boards. McDavid still in the circle. Fed into the middle. Reinhart in the save made. Dostal. He kicks it out and it's cleared. A minute remaining here on the power play. I don't know, I'm sure if they got it changed. No, it's McKinnon still on the ice. Nathan McKinnon, a drop pass here for McDavid with some speed. McDavid holds on to it around the near boards. McKinnon holds it in at the point. McKinnon waits, delays, slides it over to McDavid. Crosby back for McDavid. McCarr at the blue line, pass across ice. McKinnon shot, save. Crosby rebounds, loose, shot. McDavid at open net. It got deflected out of play. On the clearance. As right now, Team Canada is putting all the pressure right now on Team Czechia. And McKinnon right here in the circle, the patient play, shot it. Crosby was parked in front, kept whacking at it. Nothing. Face-off one here, as it's held in at the blue line there by Theodore. Along the board, Suzuki trying to get it free. Got bumped off the puck. Marner back for Theodore. One-timer by Celebrini wide as he's on the second power play unit. And it's clear down the length of the ice. Back is Shea Theodore getting to the loose puck. Theodore carries it through center. He'll drop it off here for Marner. Marner collects some speed as he enters the zone, but the pass picked off, and it's cleared out to center once again. Celebrini picking up the Jets here. Marner on the backhand. Power play comes to a close. Theodore with some room. Shot. Save. Made the stall. Big stop there after the power play had expired. Sedlak will get it behind the net. Sedlak goes back to the point. Spot check. Rimmed it all the way around behind the net now as it's played back to the point. Spot check holds it in. Rimmed all the way around once again. Big check along the boards as it's Pasternak behind the net. Pasternak gets it in the corner now. Fed back for spot check. Shot. Got blocked on the way through. Forced into the corner. Pasternak tries to intercept along the wall. And it's cleared out to center. Hurdle plays it for spot check. Now Natchez. Pasternak re-enters. David Pasternak tries to drop pass. It got intercepted. Marchand has it. Tried to play into the middle. Stone was trying to go for a line change. Natchez now delays. Natchez getting pressured by Hagel from behind. And now it is given here and moved ahead as Filip Hronek dumped it in for an icing. 5:07 into the first period here in the Milano Ice Hockey Arena. This is the chance here by Shea Theodore right off the blocker of those stalls. Stone the screen in front. That was after the power play had expired. There's the head coach, John Cooper. The assistant coaches, that's Vegas coach, Bruce Cassidy, and Rick Tocchet, the Philadelphia Flyers coach, and also I think Pete DeBoer's an assistant coach, and Donskov, who used to be an assistant for the Dallas Stars. As it's shot back in here by Hagel. Played behind the net now as it's rimmed all the way around. Marchand couldn't hold it in. Doughty did instead as it's played by Bennett, who came into the tournament after an injury by Sorelli. Shot by Marchand wide of the net. So Bennett filled his place to come here to the Olympics as Sorelli. Marchand's shot was blocked away into the corner as he got injured, Sorelli, so he had to find a replacement, and they did. Hagel's shot blocked. Hagel tried to get it back in the skates, and Bennett tried to get it again. And that one deflected, I think, out of play as well. 14:06 remaining here in the first period. So Team Canada with the shot 6. Czechia with 2 shots in the game. And as we welcome you in, if you're just joining us for the first time, I'm Max. Glad you can be with us on our coverage of the Olympic men hockey tournament. And we'll be covering all preliminary games here on the MHS network. We'll be able to cover any of the games, unfortunately, next week. We'll be able to cover the medal games, though, gold medal and the bronze. Taves, as he gets there first for the icing, exactly 6 minutes into the first period, as Stransky was trying to get there first. There's a Team Czechia bench and trying to pull the upset here. Fox, the fourth line out here for the Team Czechia. Stransky, Kubalik, and Foxa. Makar from the blue line passed it out of the zone for Taves. Top defensive pairing here for Team Canada as Devon Taves will carry it ahead. Taves enters the zone. The pass picked off here and potentially a 2-on-1 Kubalik. as it's a patient play as the shot went wide of the net by Koss, as it's now Stone moving it ahead here. Crosby try to leave it for Marner. Marner is forced out to center. Parayko now has the puck. Colin Parayko enters the zone. Forced back in, deeper into the corner. McDavid almost a spin move there to have the puck, and he just lost it at the last second as Koss will move it ahead. Shot save made. Bennington from a blue line shot on that entry. So 13-19 remaining here in the first period. It is a scoreless game, and we'll be right back in just 30 seconds. Welcome you back, everybody. Czechia and Canada here in the preliminary round. These two teams, Group A, as all the groups now will be able to play, as now four games are on. Already a game finished. We'll go over that score later on in the broadcast in our first intermission. Obviously, the intermissions are shorter now here in the Olympics. Team Canada, great Four Nations Faceoff game. They're looking to get gold to cap it all off in just a year's span and get that gold for their country. There's Sidney Crosby trying to lead his way. Last time they were here, 2014 gold medal winners, Crosby and Doughty at the Sochi Winter Olympics. That was the last time NHL players were at the Olympics, and he won gold. He was also famous for that 2010 one when Doughty also won that too. Where he scored the golden goal against Team USA. A great pass by Aginla to Crosby along the boards and slide it through. And that's how they won the gold in 2010 in Vancouver. That's probably one of the most famous goals with this Team Canada team. Obviously, what if it could happen again, a repeat? Off the face-off, shot by Semic went wide of the net. Now goes behind the cage now for Pasternak. Pasternak as Czechia tries to strike first here in the game. Pasternak along the corner. Pasternak is tied up now as it's fought for near the sideboards. Natchez, and it's cleared out to center. Philip Hronek has it at center ice. Natchez for Hronek off his skate now to his stick. Hronek on the outside shot. Bennington gets the glove on that. With 12:49 left to go. Looking you in Winter Olympics, Olympic hockey. There's the head coach, Radim Rulik, and the assistant coach, Marek Zidlicki. And those are the coaching staff there, seeing how they can get this going for them and try to pull an upset on Team Canada to start this tournament. Canada just trying to stay on track and start on a good note. Face-off one here. It's a shot from the blue line was stopped there. Rudda with the opportunity. As it is now Harley carrying it ahead. McKinnon in the middle. McKinnon carries it ahead. McKinnon dropped it off. Shot! Save made on that chance by Suzuki. As second line, Hagel, McKinnon, and Suzuki. There's the head coach, John Cooper. The assistant coach, Pete DeBoer, has not coached in the NHL this season after he got fired from Dallas last season, or in the offseason after they lost in the Western Conference Final to the Edmonton Oilers in 5, as that shot goes wide out of the net. And now it is moved ahead here by Tomacek. Bennington plays that out on the backhand right in top of the crease. Suzuki dropped it into the middle. McKinnon shot, scores! Oh, hold on. Wait a minute.
Canada, number 10, minor penalty, tripping.
Oh, wow. So the goal comes off. It was not a goal because there was a penalty upcoming. Oh, wow. Suzuki took the penalty. Wow. They waited till the goal was scored. Wow. That is unbelievable. So he took the penalty on Rudda. And so instead of a goal, Czechia gets the man advantage as Pasternak tried to hold it in. Instead, they go sure-handed. Here they come the other way. Onside with it. Backhander save on that chance there by Bo Horvat. As now it's the other way for Czechia. Naches dropped it off here for Pasternak. Pasternak holds on to it along the near boards. Makar tried to get it. Palat goes cross ice. Naches dropped it into the middle. Hronek at the blue line. Pasternak a one-timer blocked by Makar and clear down the length of the ice. Dostal plays it for Hronek in the corner. Hronek drops it off here for Naches as he'll carry it ahead through center ice. Naches, the drop pass for Hronek at the blue line. Fed it down low. Hurdle on the backhand. Tries to spin it in front. At the side of the cage it went, but did not go into the net. Hronek. Naches couldn't settle the pass down from Hronek, and it's clear down the length of the ice. Dostal behind his own cage will leave it on the platter here for a spot check. Spot check. Now Pasternak along the near boards. Pasternak goes cross ice. Cervenka. Or Kubalik, pardon me. Along the boards. Play behind the net. Kubalik trying to get it. Kubalik lost it. And it's cleared again here by Canada. 8-6, the shots favoring the Team Canada. Spacek now will get the puck from Dostal with 25 seconds remaining here on the man advantage. As here they come. Tomaszek along the boards as it comes free. As Cervenka gets it along the board. Cervenka holds on to it. Rimmed all the way around. No one was at the point. Out of the reach of Kubalik, and the power play will come to an end here in the next 3 seconds. And that'll do it. Both teams 0 for 1 on the man advantage here in the game. As here's Kempney the other way. He'll spin back as they're getting the line change. Kempney now across, and now they will move it ahead. As Foxen will dump it back in. Rimmed all the way around. Kampf trying to get it. Kampf tied up in the corner with Pareko. McDavid gets it free from the pile, and the other way comes Wilson. Wilson dumps it back in off the board. Celebrini on the forecheck trying to get it away from Kempney. Foxa gets crushed there along the boards. Morrissey now. And that pass out of the reach of McDavid and Celebrini. Kempney now on the backhand reversed it around. And now they try to start the breakout into the middle. David Kampf moves it in. Shot it around the boards as it goes for Naches in the opposite corner. Disrupted there, though, as McDavid trying to get it. Theodore have some trouble. Hurdle behind the net. Hurdle tries to wrap around, and it's stopped there by Bennington. 9:21 to go as Hurdle gets the opportunity there. Group A, men's ice hockey's first period. It is scoreless with 9:21 to go. We will be right back in just 30 seconds. We'll be back, everybody. Welcome you back, everybody. Czechia and Canada with 9:21 remaining here in the first period. We'll remind you again, if you're new, tuning in with us, subscribe and like, and we'll be covering the Olympics throughout the whole week. Finland, Sweden tomorrow here on the MHS Network. And we'll cover some Team USA games as they are also one of the favorites People are expecting a gold medal game with USA and Canada. The rematch from the Four Nations Faceoff. First off, they got to get there first for that to happen. And with 9:21 to go, USA plays Latvia later on today in the preliminary round here in this Milano Ice Hockey Arena here in Italy. And with 9:21 to go here in the first period, it is scoreless. Canada thought they scored. It came off the board because it was a penalty on Suzuki. It was McKinnon that had the shot and went in. And it comes off the board, and shots are 8-7 in favor of Canada. Hurdle off the face-off dot. Hurdle trying to win the draw off the tie-up. Could not, as it's cleared out to center. And that was McKinnon. And now Hagel passed that for Makar. Makar across for Taves. Devon Taves now has the puck. He'll carry it ahead. Through center. Made a move on one. Shot it back in around the near boards as Hagel gets it along the opposite corner. Pareko. McKinnon goes back to the point. Long shot by Taves. Deflected wide. Suzuki now will get it. As McKinnon tried to play that back to the point, got intercepted. Nature's a touch pass there for Hronek. That will be an icing with 8:41 to go here in the first period. Welcome you in, everybody. And if you're new here, subscribe. We'll be covering the Olympics all week. And we'll also have Stanley Cup playoffs, Stanley Cup final coverage. So if you want to tune in for those, maybe even Frozen 4-2, college hockey, or AHL Calder Cup final too, AHL playoffs too. We'll cover all of it if you subscribe and all that stuff. Pass in the middle. Crosby couldn't receive the pass. It goes back to the point. Crosby behind the cage. Crosby looks to center off the back of the cage. As now it is cleared out of the zone by someone. Moved ahead now. Stone. Man, that's covered by Dostal off the dumping attempt. That was Semic earlier. Shots are 8-7 here. This has probably been one of the most balanced in the shots on goal so far in the tournament. It seems like it's either been lopsided. That Italy-Sweden game, I think Sweden almost had like 60 shots. There's Lucas Dostal, plays for the Anaheim Ducks. He is basically helping them out there. He's been good for the Anaheim Ducks at points. They've had an up-and-down season, but they are hoping to make the playoffs when they return back to the NHL. We'll have coverage of the NHL when they return, and the playoffs and Stanley Cup final. Just stumped back in. Spot check in the opposite corner. Try to rim it all the way around. Crosby now. As now along the boards, it is Palat moving it ahead. Kampf now carries it in. Lost to Drew Doughty. Will be his last Olympics as he's retiring at the end of the NHL season. That's going to be all the way down the length of the ice for an icing with 7:44 remaining here in the first period. Well, not Doughty, it was Kopitar. I don't know why I always confuse Kopitar and Doughty. That is odd. Anyways. $7:44 to go here in the first period. 8-7, the shots favoring Canada. Off the draw, one here in the offensive zone. Kempney rimmed it all the way around as he let it go. It was Cervenka. Cervenka in the corner. And now Doughty reverses back here. He has some problems there with Sedlick. And backhanded out to center by Crosby. And trying to re-enter once again. Here's Thomas Harley stealing it away. Doughty and Harley on this defensive pairing. Doughty slowly will move it ahead here for McDavid. Poke checked off his stick, but he's able to force it back into the zone deeper. Gudis rimmed it all the way around, and Kubalik was trying to get it as it deflected. Morrissey now, no icing. Morrissey getting pursued from behind here by Stransky, and the other way comes Wilson with McDavid. McDavid gets taken off the puck there as Foxa backhands that one around, not out of the zone just yet. Centering pass here from McDavid, couldn't settle it down. And now on the backhand, they try to clear it. Hronek, and he will. Theodore now, Celebrini, McDavid. Played back here as Theodore will move it ahead. Shea Theodore through center. Dumps back into the corner for Bo Horvat. Spot check now to Hronek along the near boards. And that one goes cross-ice here for Hurdle, who dumps it back in from the blue line. Bennington tried to slow it down along the glass, couldn't. Natchez let it go, and now Reinhardt steals it away. Marchand now plays it into the middle. Horvat with some room, and he missed the net. Horvat behind the cage now, looks to center, and that shot went wide by Marchand. Makar holds it in. Sent it in deep into the corner. That got intercepted along the wall by Rutta and cleared out the center. Pasternak flips it into the middle. Here's Natchez with some speed. Martin Natchez to the net, and a save made by Bennington with the paddle. Natchez behind the net now. It's not out of play just yet. Pasternak looks to center, back door for Hurdle, and it didn't go as he was tied up. No icing. Kempney. Some great chances for both teams all of a sudden in the past minute or so. Kempney dumps that one back in from the red line. Suzuki lost it along the near board. Shot from a tough angle to the top of the crease. Bennington made the save, but it was rolling through the top of the crease near that goal line. Morrissey now. Now Parayko will try to clear it into the middle. Drop pass here from McKinnon. McKinnon with some room. Nathan McKinnon slows down. He holds on to an option and now gets it to Suzuki. Suzuki off the side of the cage now. Palat will try to move it ahead here and now forced out of the zone as Cachet got it out. Suzuki dropped it off here from McKinnon. Shot blocked on the way through. Hronek now rimmed it all the way around, not out of the zone. Now it is. Cervenka forced it out even more. Sedlak the other way. Sedlak in, shot, fanned on, as he was defended there by Doughty. Sedlak tied up along the boards with Harley now and Doughty. Suzuki trying to get it away from the pile. Cervenka also in there. Harley now will rim it out to the near boards. Crosby can't get it out. Crosby reverses that one back into the middle for Doughty. Doughty has some trouble, gets it to Harley behind his own cage, and the shots are even at 9 here in the game. 4:20 remaining here in the first period. We are scoreless. Doughty back for Harley. Doughty got his check finished as Stone will dump it back in for Crosby in the corner. Spot check. Rutta lost it. Marner backhand pass for Crosby. It was tied up. Taves now Stone from the blue line. Makar with some room. Makar in, shot, save. Dostal loose puck at the side of the crease, and now Kubalik will clear it off his skate. Stone now with 3:50 to go at center, patiently waiting as both teams are going for line changes. Makar shut it back in from the red line. Almost another turnover to Wilson. McDavid in the corner. Wilson let it go to a point for Parayko. Wilson along the near boards. Sends it in deeper. Celebrini behind the cage. Tries to send one for McDavid. That didn't go. Celebrini off the puck. McDavid back for Celebrini in the corner. Macklin Celebrini in his first Olympics. Feeds it in deeper for McDavid. Let it go to Wilson. Tom Wilson behind the cage. Holding on as he's looking for an option. Now moves into the corner. That pass back to the point for Morrissey. On his skates and cleared. McDavid. And is offside. And Celebrini and Kempney start to push each other, and Parayko gets in there in the scuffle. And everyone gets together now as Radko Gudas gets in there too. First period. Just over 3 minutes remaining here in the first period in the Milano Sant'Egidio Ice Hockey Arena. There's the last time Crosby played in the Olympics back in 2014. This was 2010 against Miller. Ryan Miller, remember that name? A lot of old names back in the day. Crosby was just in his 4th NHL season, I think, when he scored that 2010 goal. This was 2014. Beauties of goals. And he had that Canada flag. 2-time Olympic gold medalist, 3-time Stanley Cup champ. Gold in the men's worlds in 2015 and gold in the World Juniors in 2005. Gold in the World Cup of Hockey. He also won the 4 Nations Faceoff. He's the first man to captain Canada at 2 Olympics too. That's all that on his resume, and that's not counting all of his NHL stats and goals and assists and points. He just passed Mario Lemieux in all-time points in the Pittsburgh Penguins history. So that's just a sample size, just internationally, of how good Sidney Crosby has been and how he's still good at the age of 38. And obviously getting older, and comes the question, when is he going to retire? And it seems like he's never going to retire. This seems like he's playing like like Sid the Kid. He's still playing like Sid the Kid, and he is just great at playing hockey. He is just so great. Sidney Crosby. And hopefully the day where he retires is not soon. I mean, it could be coming up soon, obviously. Maybe in the next 2-3 years. That's still 2-3 years of Sidney Crosby hockey, so. Hronek out there for Czechia with Radim Semek, defensive partner. With Hurdle, Pastrnak, and Natchez. Hurdle in the faceoff dot against Bennett. Bennett, the extra forward here in the lineup. As Harley now will get it in the corner as it was dumped back into the Canada zone. Harley will move it ahead through the middle. 10-8, the shots favoring Canada. Along the boards, Marchand got it through. Marchand trying to get it behind the cage. Now Natchez into the middle. Almost a bad giveaway to Bennett. As Pastrnak now will move it ahead. Pastrnak off his stick. And that got poked out to center. Bennett tries to go cross sides for Reinhart. Those two playing on the Florida Panthers have won back-to-back Stanley Cups. Natchez tried to leave it there for Hurdle. Miscommunication. Semek got it out to center. As Natchez tried to pass it for Pastrnak. David Pastrnak with less than 2.5 to go here in the first period dumps it one back in as Kemp did dump it in. Harley around the boards. Held in at the blue line as that was played back in deep as Pastrnak tries to wrap around. The stick there at Bennington was in the way. Smart play there by Jordan Bennington with the stick. That one dumped in by Hagel. It will be an icing though, so Team Canada can't get that change. With 2:02 remaining here in the opening period of this preliminary round between Canada and Czechia. And we're glad you're tuning in with us. If you're a new person, just tuning in for the first time, subscriber, anything like that. We'll have Stanley Cup playoff action when that comes in April. In June, obviously the Stanley Cup final, and maybe AHL Calder Cup final and playoffs. We'll also have Frozen 4 and the rest of the NHL season from February through April, the regular season. Subscribe if you want to tune into that, and here we'll cover it all on the MHS network. As we're glad you're tuning in with us here, and it's a treat to watch the NHL players back in the Olympics again. Reinhart is out there as a shot off the face-off. Kempney gets it back from the point, shot from distance to the save. Rebound was loose. Bennington made the save. He was down and out, but he made the stop. Lane on the side, and he somehow kept it out. Wow, Kemp had the rebound opportunity. Wow. Or I just slid back into him. Wow. A minute and 53 left to go here in the first. Shots are even at 10. Jordan Bennington, the question coming into this tournament, will he perform? So far, he's made 10 saves. At the other end, 10 saves for Del Stahl. Face-off one here. Shot from the blue line. Pad save. Rebound. Kempney. Save made Bennington. On that opportunity on the rebound. And Czechia now with the shots 12-10. As now, it is cleared out by Horvat out to center ice. Gudis played back for Kempney. Kempney behind his own cage with less than 90 seconds remaining here in the first period. Here, scoreless. Sedlik will carry it ahead through center. Flips that one back in. Sedlak behind the net. Sedlak gets it in the corner, plays it back to the point. Long shot blocked into the opposite corner. Crosby now will move it ahead. Crosby goes cross ice. Stone flaps the one back in. Sedlak along the boards, gets it away from Crosby. Spot check along the boards, and it's cleared out to center. The deflection there by Tomasic. And Parayko able to shake off Cervenka. Parayko shoots that one back in from the red line. Dostal played it around. Settled it down. Crosby behind the cage with 45 to go here in the opening period. Crosby behind the cage now. Crosby at the side of the cage now. Goes back to the point. Theodore now for Doughty. Doughty shoots that around. Crosby centered! And that shot by Marner went wide. Natchez. Now Spacek now. We'll move it ahead here. Hurdle finds a cutter almost to Pastrnak. But a great defensive play there by Drew Doughty. Pasternak centered. Shot wide of the net by Bennington. Oh, Bennington got a piece of it, I think, or might have just gone wide. McDavid. Dostal plays it into the corner away from McDavid, but he gets it back. McDavid looks to center out of the reach of Wilson. Shot from the point by Makar. He scores! With 5.7 remaining in the period. Macklin Celebrini. This shot from the blue line, was that deflected over the crossbar? I don't think so. I think Celebrini directed that at the length of the crossbar. Let's see. Yeah, that's a good goal. With 5.7 to go, Macklin Celebrini deflects that one back. And then it's a 1-0 lead with 5.7 remaining here in the first. That's a good goal. And Canada, in the late stages of the first period, strikes first. Macklin Celebrini with a goal, Makar and McDavid with the assist at 19:54. It is a 1-0 lead for Team Canada going into the locker room as Macklin Celebrini gets the goal. And what a way to end the period. Macklin Celebrini, first time in the Olympics, gets the goal. And McKinnon now, what? Oh, wow. I think they're trying to get attention to the referee. Maybe there was a high stick that was missed. Canada way after. And that shot from the blue line by Makar, deflected in by Macklin Celebrini, gives Canada a 1-0 lead. Tune into our intermission report coming up next here on the MHS Network, our coverage of Olympic men hockey. We'll be back, everybody, in just a few moments. We'll be back. Welcome you back, everybody, to the Intermission Report. Ignore that it says NHL and MHS. We usually do our NHL broadcast, and I just left the graphic on there. And if you just are tuning into our Intermission Report, it is a 1-0 lead here for Canada. And so let's give you the stats on that real quick. And then we'll go over the other game that happened here in the Olympics. As a 1-0 lead here, Macklin Celebrini equal strength with less than with 5.7 remaining here in the period. Makar with a shot from the blue line. McDavid stole it away. It was a bad play by Dostal, who was trying to use the boards to try to clear it. Gave it away to McDavid, and McDavid uses his speed. And Makar A shot from the point deflected in Celebrini. Dostal originally was arguing that it might have been a high stick. It was not. And so, it is a 1-0 lead here for Team Canada over Czechia. And they have the 1-goal lead here starting off in the game. And a pretty good start here for Canada, as it was just unfortunate that they had to just let up a goal in the last 6 seconds of the period. For Czechia, at least, is really unfortunate if you're Team Czechia there. But pretty good period, basically even throughout the whole period, and it seemed like we were going to go scoreless. And for Czechia, unfortunately, they did not go scoreless as they left that Celebrini, that 19-year-old, open in front of the goaltender Dostal. And yeah, let's go over the other score if I can find the other score. Let's see here. Give me just a moment. Let's see. I think it was Switzerland playing earlier, I think. It was a 4-0 win for Switzerland over France. The Swiss face Canada tomorrow. Giannoni, it was a goalie who got the shutout. Timo Meyer made it 3-0 at one point. He is Leonardo Giannoni. He had the greatest world championship performance of all time. And he's trying to leave his mark here in the Winter Olympics right now. And so a 1-0 lead for Canada after 20 minutes. As if you're just tuning in with us, we just hit 200 live viewers at one point in the stream. This will be the chance now in the chat. If you want to talk to me when during this intermission, what are your thoughts of the game? Who do you think is going to win the tournament? Who are you cheering for? And all that, because I'm honestly interested to hear what y'all got to say regarding this. The score is 1-0 Canada. Macklin Celebrini with the goal at 6 seconds remaining here in the in the first period. You're in the gym, okay. So a 1-0 lead here. I should probably put the score on here. Would that be better, guys? Should I put the score up here for the intermissions? Let me know in the chat. Let me know, guys. Guys, I'll put it up here if you want me to. Because I can't put it on there. Okay. Let me put it up here so everyone can see. I'll put it up here. Yeah. Yeah, because it's not fair for the other people that just are joining in later on, obviously. I mean, I'm doing this at 9:30 in the morning Central Time. This is pretty early. I don't blame them. Here we go. Put this on the top. I'll change that every single time we come back for intermission. Obviously with the score. There's Team USA in the practices. They're practicing, I think, yesterday. What are y'all's thoughts of Team Canada? Do you think they're going to win it again? Because, I mean, Team Canada looks pretty good. Or do you think Team USA gets revenge if there's a potentially a gold medal game with the USA and Canada in it? Because I honestly want to know y'all's thoughts, because I don't really have much time to talk to the chat during whenever I'm doing the play-by-play of the game. So this is really your opportunity here to just talk or whatever, and we can, yeah. Thanks for the stream from Edmonton, Alberta. Are you going to do the Canada game tomorrow or just today? I think I'm just going to do just today. I think I will be doing Finland-Sweden tomorrow. I think Finland-Sweden is just a great rivalry not to just do, even though it's at 5 o'clock in the morning in my time. Hi, Czech fan here. Are you guys Canadians? Are you from the US? I'm from the USA. But, I mean, I was kind of cheering for Finland because I know there's a bunch of Dallas Stars on here. the Dallas Stars are on the team. I'm a Dallas Stars fan, but they played awful. Their coach is terrible. Their coach is terrible. Yes, Costa Rica can't find any channel. Canada all the way. Thanks for the stream from Edmonton, Alberta. Canadians searching for live audio. Yeah, it's kind of difficult. I mean, Olympics is pretty difficult with that, and I kind of learned that when I was trying to put the highlights together yesterday. I can't even post highlights of this of the game I did yesterday or any game I'm gonna do. It's so difficult to get through the copyright. So I mean, I get it. It's like the most difficult thing. If you don't have Peacock, you really can't view it. Yeah, that's true. But I have Peacock, so that's how the only way I'm being able to watch these games. And I mean, unfortunately, there's a lot of things. A lot of Canadians down here repping with gear, huddles over our phones. Wow, wow, that's. I think isn't it on CBC in Canada, or am I wrong, Elizabeth? I swear it's on CBC. But is CBC that hard to find for... Oh, you're in Costa Rica. That's why. I forgot. I was about to say, I was like, CBC. Yeah, Czechia here. Okay. Not televised in my country. Yeah, this is... Interested to see the game with Americans, to see your point of view. I think we had great first, but I will admit it should have been 2-0. Yeah. I was... going to hopefully do the USA games Saturday and Sunday. I think maybe Friday. Maybe I can do the earlier game, maybe do another game afterwards. It just becomes my availability and all that stuff. But if y'all want more Olympic, I'll do it, because this is basically the week where I'll be doing all Olympics. I won't be able to do it next week because I got school. And yeah. Not fun. And it's so early in the morning. It is so early in the morning when that happens. And so, yeah, that's the most unfortunate part, where the quarterfinals, the semifinals, and all that stuff happen when I'm probably trying to watch it on the school computer. And I don't have cable. Go Canada. All right. Yeah. But my thoughts on the first period. Canada, I thought, did a really good job. I mean, expected Canada, but Czechia did a really good job in also creating offense, putting pressure on them. But they kind of they're struggling to move the puck here in the last 5 minutes of the first period, because Canada's putting all the pressure on them, and that's how it led to that goal. They just left Macklin Celebrini wide open. I'm in the Philippines right now. I'm so glad I came across this. Thank you. Yep. Thank you all for watching. This is the first time we've hit, these live viewer numbers in a long time. We haven't hit these since the Stanley Cup Final from 2025. So y'all are making me real happy. I'm glad you're tuning in with us. I haven't seen this chat so lively in a long time. So this is great. If I see the chat like this all the time, I wish I could see it all the time. But when y'all do this, I really appreciate this. It's because usually when I'm doing the regular season NHL broadcast, obviously it's regular season, or even some playoff games, and the chat's not really this lively as y'all are. So thank y'all so much for tuning in. Y'all are the best, and hopefully you continue to tune in with us throughout the whole NHL season, the Stanley Cup playoffs, Stanley Cup final, and all that, and obviously the Olympics right now. We might even do Frozen 4 in AHL broadcast as well, so that becomes a question. It's all hockey. I think Olympics bring people. Yeah, I think so too. I didn't even have these numbers for Four Nations when I did the championship game, and I only had 20. So yeah, it's more interest, and it's hard to find. Obviously, from what I'm hearing, the TV broadcasts are not really broadcasting the games. It's cutting away to different sports. I've been hearing in the UK. Oh, that's what I've been hearing. In the UK, they've shown only 5 minutes of it on BBC. Not impressed. They have just cut it to skiing and now skating. Yeah. Wow. Great stream, sir. Hello from Ottawa, Canada. Wow. Yeah, the broadcasters here only show the main event. Yeah, jeez. Who think Canada should lose and get an extra practice game? An extra practice game. Oh, man. I think we're about to be back here, maybe. Let's see. Give us a moment. You're one of TW. Go Ottawa Senators. Okay. I literally had no Finland fans in the yesterday. Canada all the way. I was expecting Suzuki to center McKinnon and Hagel. These are the lines, if you're wondering, guys. I'll put it up here. This is from the official website. I don't know if y'all can read that. If you can read that, these are the lines. The top line, Celebrini, Wilson, McDavid, Suzuki, McKinnon, Hagel, Stone, Crosby, Marner, and Reinhart, Horvat, and Marchand. These are the lines. If you're just curious, this is from the official Olympic website. You can find it there and download it. That's how I find the information about that. And then the lines were like that. Yeah, that is... I thought they was going to Suzuki was... Yeah. But it was also McKinnon, so... Yeah, but I've been hearing they've been cutting away from the hockey broadcast, and that's a shame, obviously, because this is the first time they're back since 2014, and you're just cutting away from them. Yeah, that's unbelievable. Yeah, so who do you think scores the next goal here? We're going to do that in the chat. Who do you think scores the next goal? Who's the goal scorer that's going to do it? And I'll give my thoughts while y'all get time to, chat do it in the chat. I'm very surprised that Suzuki's on the wing. He performs better as a center. I'd agree with that. Yeah, I'd agree. Watching from my bally bed in Cancun, Mexico, hometown St. Thomas, Ontario. Wow, Cancun. Is it nice over there? Cancun's nice, I think. I think hockey interest has peaked because of a certain Canadian... yeah, that show. Yeah, I know what show you're talking about. As well, some broadcasters are sleeping on the ice as we wear... Czech TV broadcast predicted Gudis jokingly. Gudis? Radko Gudis? Crosby? Yeah, I mean, when I did the Canada games last year with the Four Nations Faceoff, they seemed like Canada was unstoppable. That game, I did the one against, I think, Sweden? I think it was Sweden. Where I went to overtime and Mitch Marner scored the overtime winner at the Bell Center, and then I did the championship game and the other team, the other USA Canada game. Those were pretty good to watch. Canada actually lost that game, the first one, but then they got their revenge in the championship game. Either Crosby or Suzuki for the next goal. Hi, Sean from St. Thomas now in the UK. Have a great time. I feel it's another Canadian year for Olympic hockey. I mean. I remember there was like a 50-year drought. I think I might be wrong, Canadians, but I think they got the gold back in 2002 with when Joe Sakic was playing in Korea and Lemieux, Mario Lemieux's last Olympic. I think 2002 they got it back. We're gonna start the second period now. We've just lost track of time. We're gonna get back to the game, everybody. In 2010 they won it again, but. I was wondering when they broke the drought, and I think that was 2002. So, welcome you back, everybody. Back inside, second period, about to start as the first goal scored by Macklin Celebrini here in the game, a deflection in front of Dostal. As we welcome you back in, everybody. And that was with 5.7 remaining in the period. And the tie-up here... I think they're trying to show a replay, but I don't know what they're trying to show. It's past midnight here, but who needs sleep when you can watch hockey? And see? People get it. Y'all get it. It's so worth it. And second period about to start here in just a moment. It's Hurdle. I don't know what kind of replay they were trying to show. I think they were trying to show maybe a penalty, I think, was the missed penalty, maybe? I think off that face-off. I remember McKinnon was saying something on the bench, and someone got cut. That's how he feel during U20 championships. 12:05 in Tobago. Wow. Rimmed all the way around as it was played along the boards all the way down. No icing as Bennington plays it behind his own cage. Turtle was trying to get there first. Pasternak along the boards, try to feed that back for Natchez. McCarr now along to the middle. And here comes Canada back into the zone. Stone looking cross ice into the middle. Marner, a nice move. Marner lost the puck at the last second as Pasternak, I think, got a poke check from behind. Wow. Morrissey now will move it ahead here as a cutter for Hagel, and Hagel just missed the puck as he was trying to get there, and Gudis was pressuring him from behind. So almost. Wow, you real good at this commentating. Thank you so much. I've been doing this for 3 or so years, and I feel like I'm getting to my game right now. Camp behind the net now for Morrissey. As Parayko tried to get it out of the zone, held in from the point. As a long shot by Kempney was blocked at the blue line. Kempney trying to hold it in, he will. Hagel off a skate. Parayko uses the boards to get it to McKinnon. He shoots it back in from the red line. 12-11, the shots favoring Czechia here in the game. But Canada with the 1-0 lead. Kempney a stretch pass that was intended there for Tomaszek, and he could not get it. McDavid will dump it back in from the blue line as it's played around the boards by Dostal. Now the zone. Kubalik was trying to get it out. McDavid behind the cage tries to center on the backhand with a no-look pass. Couldn't. McDavid trying to get it back again from Celebrini. Centering pass! And that didn't go. Oh, jeez. My video almost paused there with the stream. It was glitching a little bit. Played back in deeper. Harley uses the boards to try to get it out. Harley gets it back off the referee. Celebrini carries it ahead, leaves it for McDavid. McDavid shot, saved, Dostal. Celebrini and McDavid combining again. McDavid goes behind the cage, out of the reach of Reinhardt. And Kubalik tries to clear it. Moves it ahead here for Stransky. Stransky goes cross ice for Kubalik. Kubalik has it on the backhand. Kubalik forced it in deeper into the corner. Stransky back up top of the point. Held in. Long shot. That deflected wide. Now it goes back once again. Slap shot by Spacek and a save made. Rebound shot by Bennington was stopped. And the other way comes Canada. The other way as they go. Celebrini knocked down. Horvat cuts in. Horvat angled off there by Spacek, I think. Hronek leaves it for Faksa. Faksa tied up along the boards. This is Horvat and Semek. Actually, it was not Spacek. It was Semek. Hronek goes cross ice and the pass out of the reach. It will be an icing. And 3 minutes exactly into the third period, or in the second period, pardon me. They're arguing Horvat got cut in the face and he was bleeding. They were wondering if there should have been a penalty there, Canada. That's what they were saying at the end of the first period. I noticed that. He got stitched up there, Horvat, and off the draw here, Marner trying to get it. Natchez held in by Stone along the glass. There's a penalty? Not sure. There's a whistle. I think there is a penalty upcoming, and it's going against Bo Horvat or Mark Stone. Oh, what's happening here? There's just a whistle all of a sudden. It's odd. Very odd. Random whistle, and the faceoff comes out of the Czechia zone. Outside their blue line. Gudis passes that one across for Kempney. And Pasternak now will force it back in. Natchez in the middle. Natchez along the boards. Leaves it. Pasternak. Natchez now again. Natchez tries to go across for Pasternak, and that couldn't go. Goes back up top of the point. Kempney holds it in. Kempney across for Gudis. Gudis the shot. Deflected. Save. Rebound. Pasternak. Save made. Bennington on the rebound. And Gudis will move it ahead here for Pasternak. Something did happen. I think there was a missed high stick, and they were wondering why there should have not been a penalty there. Stone trying to go to Crosby along the boards, and that didn't go. Rimmed all the way around, and McCarr got there first. Crosby a tie-up. McCarr tried to get it free. Poke checked out the center. Here's Pasternak racing for the puck here with Taves. Pasternak would have been on the breakaway if that puck was near him closer. Pasternak looks to center, and that didn't go. Here's McKinnon. Pass that here as Suzuki carries it ahead. Leaves it for McKinnon. McKinnon trying to go across ice. Hagel will get there first. He's in the body on spot check. Goes back here for Theodore. Suzuki dropped it off. Parayko, the shot from the boards was blocked on the way through. Parayko gets it back. From the blue line, he dumps it back in deeper to the stall. Spot check. And the shot from the boards was stopped there. Theodore with the opportunity. Deflected into the netting and out of play. 4:29 in. This was a reverse hit earlier by McKinnon on Kempney. And a big hit there by McDavid earlier on there's just a lot of physicality here in the game. I think that was Stransky, I think. It's been a physical game. Canada's been leading the hits here in the game, I think. Face-off one here. Theodore from the point. Pass out across for Parayko. The shot. That goes wide of the net. Along the boards. Pass back again for Theodore. Theodore the shot. Save made. Dostal. Shots are 16-13 in favor of Czechia here in the game. Shot back in by Parayko as he's going for a line change. Wilson pressuring Simic from behind. McDavid off the turnover. Celebrini shot and a save made. Dostal. Celebrini with an open opportunity, point blank, and he stopped by Dostal with the pad. Still a 1-0 lead. McDavid looks to center. One shot. Harley in a save. Rebound still loose as Dostal was trying to cover. Theodore across for Harley. Harley holds it in. Celebrini backhands that behind the net now for Reinhart. Reinhart on his knees. Plays that back for Doughty. The shot forced into the corner. Reinhart trying to get it. Kampf trying to clear it. Cannot again. Here's Harley again with the shot. That got blocked on the way through. Cachet glitz it out of the center. As Marchand carries it back in. Onside with it. And Hronek will clear it. Race for the puck here. And it will be played into the corner as it was Cervenka trying to get it. Spot check now has it in his own zone. Spot check using the boards. Rutta deflected that one in, and that's going to be an offside. Cervenka with 14:03 remaining on the clock here in the second period. It is still a 1-0 lead here for Canada. I'm on a cruise ship. Appreciate your streaming. I can't watch anywhere on the ship. Well, I'm glad you can tune in with us, Greg Berg, and hopefully enjoy your cruise ship. Enjoy your vacation. Hopefully it's a vacation on your cruise on the ship. And that's a big save by Celebrini on the stall. That was actually rolling on his pad, and it just went wide on the top of the pad there. Wow, that's a big stop there. Rutta in the corner, tied up with Marner with the puck. 16-14, the shots favoring Czechia in the game total. Stone leaves it for Marner in the corner. Teammates now in Vegas. Crosby goes back, taves across here for a shot by McCarr that went wide of the net. Crosby hit off a body and cleared out the center for Taves. McCarr stretch ahead. Marner, a touch pass by Crosby. Marner now, some room. Marner in, past it, scores! Mark Stone! Nothing. Or either Marner got it. I think that might have been Marner. That might have hit off a body. Let's see. I thought he passed it across. Let's see. No, it's Stone's goal. Mark Stone gets the goal. Great sauce pass there by Marner. A body down in front. That was Spacek trying to defend it. A nice sauce pass there by Mitch Marner. Gives it to Stone. Stone with the goal with Marner and Crosby with the assists. That line from the four nations combines here for the second goal of the game. And it's a 2-0 lead as Mark Stone gets the goal. A great pass here by Marner. The sauce pass. The saucer pass right there across. Listening from Cancun, home from town, St. Thomas, Ontario. Sean Longworth. Glad you can be tuning in with us. So a 2-0 lead here for Team Canada, and we'll be right back. Mark Stone, the latest goal We'll be back in just 30 seconds here on the MHS Network. Welcome you back, everybody. A 2-0 lead for Team Canada over Czechia. Great pass here by Marner. First goal, Celebrini. The deflection from the Makar point shot. And it went in. As the youngest player in the Olympics in this Canada team, the oldest and youngest player, Sidney Crosby, 38 years old, 189 days old, 21 seasons. Celebrini, 19 years old, and only just 2 seasons. Yes, you know, he got drafted just a year or two ago. 13-13 remaining here in the second period. A 2-0 lead here for Canada. McKinnon and Fox in the face-off dot. Fox wins the draw as Gudis has it behind his own cage, pressured by Hagel. We'll move it ahead here, and Stransky into the middle. They move it back in on side as Kempney will get it. Second period is always critical to survive against Canada. Nobody can lock you in your defensive zone, maybe Swedes. Yeah, that's true. That is really true. I agree with that. Gudis now will move it ahead. That deflected back in. Theodore now has the puck behind his own cage. The shots are 16-15 in favor of Czechia. And Hagel uses the boards to move it back in. McKinnon forced it in deeper for Suzuki. Suzuki back up top. Shot Taves wide of the net. And now Makar in the corner. Plays it back for Suzuki. Played back to the point. No one was there. Pasternak the other way. Maybe a 3-on-2. The drop pass here for Natchez. Natchez in. 4-on-3. Natchez the drop pass. And that got intercepted by Suzuki the other way. Wow. 2-on-1 the other way. McDavid to Hagel. Hagel back to McDavid. Oh, what a save. Rebound shot stopped by Dostal. What a stop. Here's Hagel again. McDavid robbed twice by Dostal. That's unbelievable. That is unbelievable. McDavid had 2 chances on Dostal to make it 3-0. And McDavid was stopped twice by Dostal. What a save on the first chance and another save. The pad stop initially, the rebound right off the glove and out. Wow. 2 chances and McDavid can't put any of them home. Wow. But they're getting offense. And now a little delay here. Let's read the comments while we're at it. Watching this game in my tower crane since my company didn't want to give me the day off. Oh, still nothing from BBC. Hopefully he returns soon. Hopefully it does. Hoping that does happen. Well, now it's back on. That's good. So can we look forward to your play-by-play for the Canada team? Hopefully. I'll probably do more Canada games. Don't worry, guys. Into the corner. Palat trying to get it. Palat. Oh, only an update. That's sad. Played back to the point. Hronek sends it in deeper to the opposite corner. And Chris not out of the zone just yet as Camp holds it in. Cachet gets it along the boards. Played back here. Spot check. The shot. Save. Rebound. Goes wide of the net. Cleared out to center. Hronek fell down. It would have been a hand pass. It is. 11:20 to go. And second period. I'll try to cover as much Olympics as I can. I mean, but you know, I can't. I need this voice for another like 3 months. I need this for NHL. I need this for the Stanley Cup playoffs. I need this for the final. Who else? I don't even know what else is there. You know, I need to save this voice, so I can't do, like, you know, 2 or 3 games a day. So apologies on that if you wanted me to do 2 or 3 games a day, but Not doing that. Pareko's shot over the net. Maybe. You know what? I could do too. Probably. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Marchand behind the net. Marchand looks to center as it goes back to the point. Pareko holds it in. Sends it in deeper for Reinhardt. Reinhardt in the corner. Goes back. Shot by Theodore. Save. Rebound. Dostal covers it. And Marchand and Rutta get physical behind the cage. 10:49 remaining here in the second period. A 2-0 lead here for Canada over Czechia. As we welcome you in, if you're just tuning in with us, subscribe obviously if you want to see how call and Joe Bowen to assist you. You're doing a great job. You would be impressed. Holy Machina. Oh, man. Now, I heard he's retiring. That sucks. I liked him for radio. I liked him on radio. I know he did Leafs TV, I think, at one point back in the day. But why is it pauses? It's just a play in the Marchand along the boards. Marchand gets it behind the net. Brad Marchand looks to center. That didn't go. Hronek. As Foxa now will rim it all the way around. Semic try and get it out of the zone. When the Senators make the playoffs, we are looking forward for your play-by-play. Oh, yeah. I didn't do the Senators last year. Foxa along the boards. We did do some on MHS too, I think. Hronek holds it in. Hronek, the shot. Bennington from the point made the save. Makar has the puck now. Shots are now even at 18 in the game. Taves will shoot it back in from center. Sitting Oceanside in Bonaire. Wow. Crosby rimmed it all the way around for Harley in the opposite corner. Stone behind the net now. Crosby trying to get it. As Natchez will get it to Marner. Crosby, Stone. Stone holds on to it. Scored the latest goal. Marner tried to get the shot away, and he couldn't off that pass from Stone. The other way comes Pastrnak the other way. Pastrnak. Natchez drop pass. Pastrnak in. That one into the middle. Nothing going here for Czechia. They haven't been able to enter the zone cleanly. That's been the problem for them here in the game. At least in the second period, at least, because they have really been clamped along the boards. Back in onside, Natchez has a cutter. That gets defended well. Natchez into the middle. Backhander by Kempney went wide. And so it's blocked. Palat back up top of the point. Rutta shot. Blocked on the way through. Loose puck at the side of the cage. And it's still there. Where's the puck? It's still battled for. Kampf gets it to Natchez. Natchez holds it in. Rutta, the shot from the boards was blocked on the way through. Palat off his own man. Natchez holds it in. The shot got blocked on the way through. Tomaszek, I think. Back onside. McKinnon drop pass here. Here's a backhander by Suzuki. Wide of the net. Suzuki lost it. And Palat will move it ahead here for Rutta. And a shot back in. They changed their lines here. Cachet out here with this defensive pairing. His Cachet line is out here with a different defensive pairing than they usually are. McDavid back in. McDavid shot off the side of the cage. Semic the other way will stretch it ahead here. And Tomaszek holds it in. Dropped into the middle. Great defensive play there. Wow. I think that was Morrissey getting back and an icing here with 8:15 remaining here in the second period. 2-0 Canada with 8:15 to go. This chance here by McDavid off the side of the cage. And, wow. I was saying the other day, or said yesterday, I was figuring that icing was hard worked. Yes, it was. Face-off one here. McDavid already with 4 shots on goal in the game. 2 of them were on that other rush where he was stopped, and great saves by Dostal. McDavid is cutting back in again. Kicked it towards Dostal, who makes the save with 8:04 to go. Here in this one, a 2-0 lead here for Canada as the Olympic Winter Games. Group A, men's ice hockey will be back, I think, unless we're going to go here. I'm not sure. You know what? Just type in the chat. I'll be here. I'll be here. I don't think we're going to break. I'm not sure. So, yeah, that sucks for BBC Hockey Fan 2022. The BBC just not returning back to that. Unbelievable. Women's hockey, though, women's USA hockey is unbelievable. They haven't really let up one goal against. They have scored 20 goals in their 4 preliminary round results, and wow, they're very dominant, and they're going to the quarterfinals against Italy. So we'll see how that turns out. That's tomorrow. We'll be watching that, hopefully. I think we'll be covering the Finland-Sweden game, though, when that happens. I'm not sure when those start. It's at the time, and I just ignored it. That's my bad. 8:04 to go. No, it's tomorrow at 3:10 p.m. Eastern. The women's hockey quarterfinals on the USA Network. The Four Nations Faceoff, Jack Hughes jersey, I think, with the New Jersey Devils hat. Women's hockey quarterfinals. We'll go over that. Czechia, Sweden. United States, Italy, and then Canada, Germany, and Finland versus Switzerland. And then semifinals, and then obviously the gold and the bronze. Medals probably being awarded this week, maybe, or close to this week, I think. 8:04 to go. The first time since the NHL players have returned to the Olympics since 2014, and there's been a treat to watch these games. Italy almost pulled off that upset against Sweden yesterday. A 5-2 win for Sweden. The upset by Slovakia over Finland, 4-1. The crowd looks like it's a mix. There's a lot of red for both teams, so it looks kind of confusing. But I see a lot more Czechia flags than I do Canada flags. And it's just like basically all around the arena, you just see Czechia flags left and right now. Behind the benches, at the sideboards, the side glass. Oh, big hit there by Wilson on Gudis. 2 of the big hitters back in onside. On the outside, centering pass to the top of the crease. Harley now behind the net now for Reinhart. Sam Reinhart leaves it. That pass was intercepted, and Stransky the other way. Stransky will move it ahead. Here's Hurdle with the puck. Tomas Hurdle along the boards, feeds it into the middle out of the reach of Natchez and Pasternak. And going back in is Natchez behind the cage. Natchez spins away from pressure in the corner. Natchez holds onto it. Centered Semic. Save. Rebound. Pasternak couldn't get it. At the side of the cage, Pasternak had a golden opportunity on the rebound. He never got the shot away. 6:39 to go. It's an icing here on Canada. I wouldn't say that Italy was going for the upset. You could see when the Swedes started to take it seriously. Yeah, I guess. But that game was just goofy because it was like 30 shots to 4 at one point, and it was 2-2. And I'm like, what the heck? Did Italy actually pull it off? Their goalie was great, and then they got injured. Klava, I think his name was. And he got injured yesterday in that game. Face-off one here along the boards. It's Palat looking the center. That one at the top of the crease didn't go, and Reinhart will clear it down the length of the ice for another icing on Canada. 6:28 to go in the second period. Shots are 20-19 in favor of Czechia. This is the chance here by Semic. That one-timer deflected by Pasternak. And he had a rebound right there, and he just lost the handle. I think he had a really good chance of making it 2-1 right there. Czechia's not going away here in the game, though. Semic, Hronek from the point. Shot from distance, save. Rebound. Bennington makes another save. He covers it with the glove on the ground. 6:20 to go in the second period. That shot from the blue line. Bennington made the stop. Bouncing puck in front at the top of the crease. Welcome you in if you're just joining us here on the MHS Network. Only a train ride for Czechia fans versus pricey flights for Canadians. Explains why more fans. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Since it's playing in Italy, Czechia's way closer. Bennington's been solid. Shot right into the glove. Cachet with an opportunity right off the draw. I had my eyes away for the chat for just a moment, and they almost scored a goal. 6:20 to go in the second. Crosby had lost that draw and a quick shot there. Camp was arguing about something with Crosby. And to the referee. Face-off won by Crosby. Into the corner, Palat. and goes back to the point. Sevic held it in. And Theodore gets it around the boards, and he'll clear it out to center. Kache, now Hronek using the boards near the benches to send it back in. Intercepted along the boards, and Kache gets it again. Shooting it back in from the blue line with less than 6 minutes to go here in the second period. 21-19, the shots favoring Czechia, but a 2-0 lead here for Canada. Latest goal coming from Mark Stone and Marner combining. Marner on the ice now. Crosby, this same line, scored that goal. But here comes Cervenka. Shooting it back in, can't get in more deeper. Dumping it back in. We're looking forward to seeing our Senators play for the USA and Germany. There's multiple people on the Senators that are playing for both of those teams. And Brady Tkachuk, most prominent. Back in again, Harley. Between the circles in his own zone. Sends it all the way down the length of the ice for an icing. 5:17 to go. Agreed shot did the same thing. Same last year versus the US in the finals in Four Nations. Canadians goalies Stanley Cup winners. Bennington in the St. Louis. Darcy Kemper with Colorado in 2022. Bennington in 2019. Thompson in Vegas said that was back in 2023 when they beat Florida in the final. In a 5-game gentleman's sweep, I don't know what we would call it. Face-off, and it's cleared out the center. And Hagel passes it back here for Doughty. Hagel once again, deflected by Harley. At center, Suzuki dumps it back in. 5 minutes ago, second period. Along the boards, McKinnon goes back to the point for Theodore, cross ice. Here's a shot there by Parayko off the side of the cage. And moved ahead here by Spacek, icing the puck here with 4:47 to go. Second period, and it looks like Rutta's in a little bit of discomfort on the Czechia bench, as he looks like he is dealing with something there with 4:47 to go here in the second period. Now he got cross-checked at the ribs by McKinnon. Oh, wow. And they didn't call it. Yeah, just heard so much bad-mouthing at his regard. It's nice to see him shine. Yeah, Bennington's been solid, I'd say. He's been better than I thought. If we tune into our Max Out Sports show here on the MHS Network by hockey expert Owen, who's a Canadian, was thinking Bennington. He was so sad that Bennington would get the crease. So if you want to listen to that and call him out for it, go ahead. Because right now he's being proved wrong, but there's still a lot of time here in the game. Rolled in on those stall, makes the save with 4:23 to go. Second period, a 2-0 lead here for Canada. As now they'll go get a water break. As you can type in the chat, everybody. What are your thoughts so far, and what does Czechia need to do here to get going here? Because it seems like Canada's done a great job defensively to just keep that puck to the outside. It seems like. Right now we're at 336 live viewers right now, so our record here on the channel was 552 or 522, and so we're just 200 away from getting that. Remember, we play until the last second, but I think that Canada got the memo in the U20s. I remember, what was it, World Juniors this year, where Czechia again scored in the final minute against Canada to get the game winner. I think it was Czechia. And the World Juniors have been struggling. The Canada against Czechia, I think that's the team. Might be wrong. Yeah, that's in the past 3 years. I think they've been scored in the last minute. This is back to 1998. Wow, when TNT had Olympic hockey. Gretzky on that 1998 Olympic team, and this footage is blurry. Patrick Waugh on that Canadian team. Holy moly, this is the most blurriest footage. Czech Republic won the semifinals 2-1 in the shootout. Back in 1998 in the semifinals, men's hockey. And so, if they do meet in the playoffs, in this Olympic playoffs, you better believe Canada's going to probably want revenge from that back from 1998. And you know, obviously, with what's happened in the World Juniors as well, Canada's going to want to get the job done, obviously, against this Czechia team. 2-0 lead, though, for Canada as McKinnon wins the draw. Suzuki along the boards, getting pressured. Here's Hagel at the side of the cage, and a save as he brought it towards the front of the crease. And behind the net now is Kampf, leaving it on the planter there for Gudis. Gudis right to the middle. Is going to be another icing here on Czechia. Right now they can't even get a stretch pass going. They keep icing the puck. They won gold in 1998. Until this day, it is beloved tournament, almost like national symbol. Yeah. Okay, they won gold in 1998. Wow. A long time ago. It's a very long time ago. Face off one here. The shut off the draw. Oh, wow. Celebrini got taken down. Moved ahead here as they move it in with some speed on side. Palat holds on to it. Palat leaves it in the middle. Here's a chance and a save, and Bennington has it rolled wide. Put the image. I can't put the image. Sorry. The footage of the game, I cannot. I'm going to get blocked by Olympics hockey or whatever, the association, whatever, in a second. Great commentary. Where's your sidekick? I don't have one right now. Doing it solo. Maybe tomorrow. Yeah, and McDavid. I think I'm gonna have my co-commentator tomorrow, our analyst, Aaron, for tomorrow's Finland-Sweden. And it looked like I had too many men, and they didn't call it. Wow. Canada looked like they had too many men there on the ice. And Czechia, all of them had their arms up like, hey, what the heck? That should have been a power play. And they don't call the penalty there. As Harley reverses that around for Doughty. Doughty gets bumped from behind as Pasternak trying to get it free. As Harley will move it ahead. The next goal is going to be big here in this game with less than 3 minutes to go here in the second period. Marchand along the boards. Marchand getting pressured. As Kempney, centering pass by Reinhardt from the back of the cage, did not go. Here's Natchez dumping it back in. No icing. As Harley gets it, and he'll move it ahead here for Marchand. Brad Marchand moves it into the middle. Some speed. Horvat in. Horvat scores! A 5-hole backhander. It is 3-0. A great goal, Horvat, all with that speed. Marchand, a great pass. Horvat was wide open in the middle. Horvat, a backhander to the 5-hole of Dostal, and it's a 3-0 Canada lead. And the next goal was going to be big, and now they have a 3-goal lead. 2:34 to go, and Czechia down by 3 here in the game. Horvat, who got high-sticked earlier on, I think, did not get the penalty drawn, and Horvat, Marchand, and Harley with the assist. Harley gets a point in that one. And Dallas Stars gets a point here in this one. Harley's played better than the dang Finland team, who had all like 5 or 6 Dallas Stars on there. Theodore, and he'll dump it back in. Sedlak along the boards leaves it for Semic. I will not be doing the USA game later on. I have something else to do today. I'm going to be busy. Crosby behind the net, but we'll be covering USA hockey probably on the weekend, Saturday and Sunday. As Parayko leaves it for Theodore. Shea Theodore, the puck, plays it off the boards, and Marner shoots it back in from the blue line with less than 2 minutes left to go here in the second period. Spot check along the boards, lost it in the corner. But gone back here, spot check will move it ahead. Stransky moves it ahead. Stransky in the corner. Stransky, a real Canadian watching from Fiji. Wow. From Fiji. Foxa in the corner, plays it behind the net. And Kubalik was trying to get it. Along the boards here is Fought 4, comes free, Gudis. Behind now for Foxa in the corner. 80 seconds remaining here in the second period. Foxa in the corner, tied up with Devon Taves and Suzuki, and joins the pile with Kubalik. McKinnon gets it free. And Bennington played it there for Makar. Hagel trying to move it ahead. Hagel will move it into the middle, held in though by Stransky for a moment. Here comes Makar. Makar in, dropped it. Hagel goes cross-ice, shot. Glove saved, Dostal on, I believe, Suzuki. With 59.6 remaining here in the period. Obviously rooting for Canada, but from what you can tell, the refs are messing up. I only ask because I believe in fair games. I think there probably should have been a cross-check call, maybe. Or, I think we've seen a trend here in the Olympics that the referees are really not calling much here, I think. I haven't really seen that much penalty calls here. The only one I recall seeing was that Finland game we did yesterday. But it wasn't even much power plays. There has not been much power plays in this, unless I missed some in Sweden in the Italy game. But I haven't really seen refs really calling much here in this tournament. Face-off one here, and it's cleared. Not all the way down for an icing. Not all the way down. Harley, now Doughty, will move it ahead here out of the reach of Wilson. Win on goal, so Dostal played it. Hronek off the backboard. Celebrini off the turnover, looks to center. Celebrini trying to get it back from Kemp. 3-0 Canada. Latest goal by Horvat on a breakaway. McDavid in the corner. Now Celebrini gets it free. Celebrini sends it low. McDavid at the side of the cage. Poke checked away there by Hronek. Celebrini. They're looking for one more here in the end of the period. McDavid again behind the net. McDavid looks to center, and that shot went wide. Tom Wilson. Harley holds it in with 15 to go. That pass across, Doughty wasn't ready for it. And with 9 seconds to go, here's Doughty using the boards to move it ahead here for McDavid with Celebrini. The pass for Celebrini out of his reach. Celebrini, the shot blocking the way through. That'll do it for 40. A 3-0 Canada lead as they score 2 here in the second. One by Stone and one by Horvat. And it's a 3-0 lead for Team Canada over Czechia. As we'll go over the 2 goals in our intermission report, and we'll talk to the chat as well. Just give me a moment, give me a minute or two, and I'm gonna go get a water. So how did they decide who is the home team? I'm not sure how to decide that, honestly. I really don't know. So we'll be right back. Our intermission report coming up next year on MHS Network. 3-0 Canada over Czechia, Olympic hockey. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to our intermission report here on MHS Network. I'm Max. Glad you can be with us here. And let's go over the goals real quickly here. And a 3-0 lead here for Canada over Czechia. The second goal, Mark Stone, and his first of the tournament. And Marner with Crosby as well, getting the assists on that one. A great saucer pass by Marner. And then at 3-0, Bo Horvat, that was going to be the most important one. Who's going to get the next goal? Bo Horvat, as Marchand sprung him on a breakaway, getting through the defense, scores to the 5-hole. Harley got the secondary assist on that. And a 3-0 lead for Canada, and the shots are 23-22 in the game. And all 3 goals coming from Canada. Let's see. Listening from Brazil on MHS Network through my Bluetooth speaker. TV on mute. You're the next chick, Joe Bowen. Where's your Jim Ralph? Well, it is so early in the Central Time right now that yeah, I don't have an analyst right now. But maybe I can try to get one in the intermission, but we'll see. Canada on fire. I would agree with that. It's a good game so far. Let me read the dude show. Not good, not terrible. If we can get it to 3-2, it would be good result. I'm not gonna lie, Nick has to score anytime now. You really want Nick Suzuki to score so bad. Oh man. So a 3-0 lead for Canada. The shots are 23-22 after the second period. And now Canada with the advantage in the shots on goal. They were really pouring it on. They got 2 goals, and they can only have, and 2 goals in that second period. They can only have 4. That other one was called off, McKinnon's, and because there was a penalty on Suzuki, I think. Celebrini's on fire. Yes, I would. Celebrini is playing such a good game right now. He is playing a good game for his first Olympics ever. He is playing such a good game here for Team Canada, and I think he's going to be really well. He's going to be really good. He's done well in this preliminary round game. Still some time though. It's 3-0. We haven't seen a comeback in the Olympics so far. So hey, I'm just trying to commentate a good game. I know all of y'all are Canada fans, but you know, hey, I wouldn't mind an entertaining game. It's been a good game, but you know, we could have a comeback here, maybe. Let's go Canada. He is definitely a special player. Yeah, he is a special player. He has changed that San Jose Sharks team. Celebrini, obviously with Will Smith as well. That San Jose Sharks team should be really good in the future. But obviously they're trying to make the playoffs right now, and they're just outside the spot. I'm wearing a Sharks shirt. I'm not even realize it, but I have a Sharks shirt on, so. I'm not a Sharks fan, but I just had the shirt in my closet, so I decided wearing it. Yeah, so he's earned it. Yes, he has earned it. Agreed. Yes. Who is from Canada? I'm guessing most of you are cheering for Canada in this one. The only one I've seen is Ducho, who's from cheering for Czechia here. We've had so much people listening from everywhere: Brazil, Puerto Rico. The cruise ship, it has been a lot of people here, and I'm glad you can be with us. Obviously, I think the Olympics add a lot more fuel to why Joe Thornton, the best ever from San Jose. Yeah, Joe Thornton was pretty good. And Dubai cheering for Canada. Wow, in Dubai. Wow, Dubai. That's crazy. Dubai. What do y'all think is going to happen in the third period? Could we potentially see a comeback here from Czechia, or do we just see Canada closing out the deal here? Because they're up 3-0. The next goal is going to be huge, and it came to Canada with that Bo Horvat goal. What do y'all think? I know most of you are Canada fans. You probably just want to see a chill game, chill finish. We don't need a comeback here. Yeah, just let me know in the chat. You can also ask me questions, whatever, and I'll try to answer. Miss Joe Thornton. I met him a few days ago at a restaurant. Literally best day at. Wow, you met Joe Thornton? Wow, that's crazy. That is wow. I've never met a hockey player. I've just fist bumped them in the warm-ups in the Texas Stars games. That's it basically. And I got a puck from one of them and a selfie with another. Never met a hockey player outside of watching the game. That's crazy. Joe Thornton. That's crazy. Wasn't he in Boston before though? He was in Boston. Awesome. My ex went to school with Joe Thornton. Wow. That's crazy. Wow. Joe Thornton played in Boston, though, I think, before he came to San Jose, right? I think that's how it was, right? He went to Boston, then he went to San Jose for, like, the longest time, then he went to Toronto for that last run in 2021. He was drafted by Boston, yeah, I was thinking about that. Today, I won't be able to do it, unfortunately, for the people that's been asking me to do USA. I'll be able to do USA games during the weekend, but United States versus Latvia, Group C, starts today at 2:10 p.m. Central, 3:10 p.m. Eastern. Unfortunately, I will be covering that. There's probably going to be people on YouTube covering it too, but unfortunately, I won't be able to cover that. Hopefully, I'll be able to cover the other USA games later on. Hopefully, another Canada game throughout the week. We can only hope that Canada will let us get the momentum, and we need to finally score. Too many chances for nothing. Yes. I would agree with that. Czechia's had chances here in the game, and they could really use something here. But Bennington obviously has been really good in this one, at least. His projected forward lines: Kachuk, Brady Kachuk, Eichel, Matthew Kachuk, Gensel, Matthews, Boldy, Connor, Larkin, Thompson, Jack Hughes, Nelson, Miller. And then the projected defensive pairings: Quinn Hughes, McAvoy, Slavin, Faber, Sanderson, and Werenski. I thought they did a really good job, Bill Guerin, with getting Tage Thompson, because I felt like Tage Thompson was automatic last year in the Four Nations, and I was so surprised when they didn't get Tage Thompson to be in the Four Nations. I was honestly upset about that. Jason Robinson and Caulfield were snubs, though. But we'll see how this USA team does. If they lose, and Jason Robinson and Caulfield are gonna be like, you should have probably gotten me. You probably should have gotten me when you had the chance. And I just dropped my pen. That's fun. So we'll see how the United States do. I'm kind of curious on how they do here in this one against Latvia later on today, and we'll see how that turns out later on. He has confirmed that he is tournament goal. Yep. Bennington really steps up to the base when he's in the zone when he has tournament hockey. He's done, or in the big moments. In Game 7 against Boston in 2019, he made that spectacular save to keep it 2-0. And then they won that game, 5-1, I think, 4-1, something like that. So, yeah, Horvat, that breakaway, getting to the defense. Because you are good. Yeah. Thank you from Consumo, Mexico. This helps with my hockey fix. That Mexico, wow. That's crazy. We're getting people from all over the world listening in. This is honestly, I'm so glad y'all got time in your day to listen to this. This is honestly so great to see so many people here. And even though we dropped off in the viewership, I don't really care. I don't really care if you dropped off in the viewership by 100. I don't care, because I'm glad the chat's just talking, because I rarely see this in my regular NHL broadcasts. But hopefully all of y'all will be in the NHL chats, obviously, when we do the Stanley Cup playoffs, Stanley Cup final, AHL Calder Cup final, maybe some games of that if the Stanley Cup final ends sooner. Yeah, usually when the Stanley Cup final happens and when it ends, I usually go off on vacation. So don't expect me to be doing stuff till probably September, because I know it's September now. September is now when the NHL season's going to start now. What do you really think of that September start for the NHL? I think now it's going to be even shorter off season. I don't know what to think about that. And then they added 2 more games to the regular season, 84 now. So, what do y'all think of that? Because I'm honestly kind of conflicted on that. I appreciate you doing this. Oh, baby, did you see that pass from Mitch Marner? That's not just a pass. That's a postcard delivered right on the tape. The Vegas connection, baby. We miss you in Toronto. Yeah, Toronto's been struggling with without Mitch Marner. Yeah, Nylander with the middle finger. Yeah, so, you hit rock bottom. Oh, man. Still got some time before our game comes back here. A 3-0 lead here for Canada over Czechia. As we welcome you in if you're just joining us, and this has been quite an entertaining game. See if Czechia tries to make a comeback here. They got to, if they want to get points out of this game. Honestly, this works on the 3-2-1 point system. 3 for a regulation win, I think, or any win, I think, or no, regulation win, and then 2 for an overtime win / shootout win, and 1 for an overtime loss or a shootout loss, and then 0 obviously for a regulation loss. That's how the point system works here in the tournament, in this Olympic tournament, like the IIHF rules basically in play here, not NHL rules, not how they work in the NHL, the points. Not liking it, to be honest. I think the training camp and present was working fine. I think the extra 2 games is all about, yes, it's all about money. That's what they made the decision for. It's all about money. It's all about money. I just think when you add 2 more games, maybe you increase the risk of injury. I think Rulik should separate Pasternak, Natchez, and Hurdle. Too much firepower in one line, but they say Czechia has 1.4 coach per capita. But I do agree with your point before you made the joke at the end. Yeah, that's too much firepower in one line. They need to separate that. Maybe if they separate that, maybe they can get their, and there's how do you get momentum against 4 number 1 lines? Hard task to add. That's true. That is probably the best statement I've seen in the chat. Jim Manful. Yeah. Any team would be asking for a Marchand, Horvat, Reinhardt line. That could be a first line on a team. That could be a first line on any team. Marner, Crosby, that could be a first line. Hagel, McKinnon, all 4 first lines. Wow. Yeah, this is going to be a real tough task here for Czechia. Definitely wild how the NHL would have more regular season games than the NBA, yes. 3-0 Canada's domination, pedal to the floor. Agreed, 84-82. Yeah, we need to go back to the 82. We haven't even played a full season of the 84, but I just think it increases injury risk. It drags the season even longer. And if you have a long playoff run, it is yikes. And I mean, whoever wins the Stanley Cup this year are going to get less of a break than the Florida Panthers did last year. And the year before that, and any team before that, they're having less of a break now, and it comes to kind of a disadvantage for them because, you go all the way to win the Stanley Cup this year, and then you got to realize, oh, wait, we play the regular season in September now instead of October, and you're just like, what? I mean, a week or 2, the difference could really heal the body if you're dealing with an injury. Maybe if it happens in the Stanley Cup final, that could really affect some teams here when we're going into this one. Third period about to start here in the Milano Sant'Egilia Ice Hockey Arena. Hated Marchand until now, but when he's wearing the Canada jersey, I'll take him all day. There's Eddie Olczyk. Back in the Olympics back in the day in the USA. I don't think that's Olympics. Maybe that was just international hockey. He played for USA. That was Olympics. Never mind. Yep, look at Florida this year. Last, yeah. I don't even know. Florida is such a weird team right now. I don't even think they might be making the playoffs. I don't know. What do you do? I don't know what do you do with that, with the NHL schedule. We're underway here in the third period, though. As a Leafs fan, I hate Marchand when he's not representing Team Canada. Yeah, I bet. Played back in, and Stone clears it out to center. Marna deflected it back into the Czechia zone, into the far corner. Semic played it around for Hronek. Hronek, see if we see some line changes here for Czechia here in the third period. Pasternak moves it into the middle. Palat, they have changed it a little bit, I think. Now they got Palat, Hurdle, and Pasternak together, instead of Natchez being on that line. Semic now. So they moved Natchez out of that top line. Pareko moves it in, dropped it off. McKinnon! Shot blocked it away and through. Natchez. And ahead now for Kampf. Kubalik back in. And it goes into the corner. Canada just trying to hold on to a 3-0 lead. Kubalik lost it as Pareko now will move the puck ahead. 23-22, a big hit along the boards there. Oh, what a hit by McKinnon at center. On Radko Gudas. McDavid and McKinnon have been physical in the game. We rarely see McDavid, physical, but he has done a great job in the physicality department. Kempney's shot from the blue line ripped wide, trying to pull a Stevie Yzerman from 1996. Played back into the corner. Natchez. Pareko will move it ahead here, and Hronek will dump it back in. Pardon me, Celebrini. This is Canada. 17 is confusing me right now. Cervenka played it back. Kempney right on Dostal, and he covers the puck there with 18-19 remaining here in the third period. Natchez is now in the same line he was in 2024 when this line destroyed Sweden in the World Championship semis. Canada's defense entering the third period had no goals allowed in the last 204 minutes and 19 seconds since the first period of the 2014 Olympic quarterfinals with NHL players. So Canada has not been scored on since the 2014 Olympics, at least with the NHL players in the lineup. That is insane. And that's more than 200 minutes by now. So Czechia is trying to break that. As off the face-off, Sedlak won the draw for just a moment. Celebrini played it to McDavid, cycling, goes back up top. Harley, a shot save! And Celebrini was tied up and couldn't get the rebound. Cachet will get that one intercepted. Celebrini carries it ahead. Celebrini trying to make a move at the blue line. Couldn't. McDavid now plays it back here for Harley. Thomas Harley between the circles. See if Czechia can make the comeback here. But right now, Canada with the puck. Harley through the middle, deflected it back in. He was named the replacement when Morrissey got sick in last year's Four Nations. He has done well, Harley, and he was done well, and he got the impression of doing it again. He has had a rough season, obviously, with the Dallas Stars getting the extension, though. But he's looked great in this game. Thomas Harley, he's looked decent. He's looked better than he has most of the time in Dallas. As a Dallas Stars fan, he has looked way better here. Maybe this improves his confidence. Maybe going back when this Olympic is over, Makar get the hit there. He lost a stick in the process. Devon Taves will move it ahead here, and Stransky gets it and he plays it back here. Kempney has the puck in his own zone. 3 minutes into the third period, it is a 3-0 Canada lead. Gudas now has it. Gudas through the middle, deflected it back in. Palat forced in Hurdle. Hurdle couldn't get to the loose puck though. Race to the puck here, Crosby. Crosby trying to muscle his way through Gudas. Could not, though, as Kempney lost to the Stone in the corner. Crosby trying to get it free. Crosby rimmed it all the way around as it goes back up top of the point. Held in by Pareko. Turned it over as Marner was there at the point. Palat will move it ahead 3-on-2. Palat left it in the middle. Hurdle shot right off the glove of Bennington. And he makes the save. Crosby flips that one out to center. And now having to go back here is Kundratic. Moving it ahead. Here's Kampf in. Kampf on the outside. Kampf circling behind the net. And lost it into the middle. Doughty. Here's McKinnon with some speed. Nathan McKinnon cutting in. Backhander stopped by Dostal. You do not want Nathan McKinnon with some speed cutting into your zone. If you're Team Czechia. Bennington's been really good in this one. Kept Canada from letting up goals. I mean, there's been pushes here by Czechia in the game. They created some rebounds on Bennington and haven't been able to put him home as Bennington's been up to the task here. Off the draw, Harley plays it as it's backhanded back into the opposite corner by Celebrini. McDavid behind the net. McDavid looks to center. That got poke checked away. Nations now has the puck. Nations tries to collect some speed here. Gets through one. Nations in. Nations cutting to the net. A backhander off the side of the cage. Nations going coast to coast, trying to score a goal and make it 3-1. McDavid shoots it back in. Played by Dostal. He was going out of the net. McDavid off the turnover. Shot save made. Dostal thought he had it, but he didn't. Hronek moved to the head here as Sedlik will dump it back in. Or tried to, was knocked down. Reinhardt played via high stick, so it's going to be a whistle. Playoff VC was the only rookie goalie in NHL history to record all 16 wins during the Blues' Stanley Cup run in 2019 that led to their first championship ever. Jordan Binnington. All right, Canada fans, this is a big moment. We need to hear you. We need to feel you. Go Canada, go Canada, go Canada. Or I'm reading that wrong. Go Canada, go Canada, go Canada. I don't know why I was thinking go. Anyways. Off the draw, one here. Along the board, spot check, shot. Block it away by Binnington. Cachet gets it now. Played back here for Kudratic. And dumped back in. Binnington out to play it. Who scored the third goal? It was Bo Horvat. Assisted by Marchand and Harley. Spot check now. We'll move it ahead here for Cachet. Cachet moves it ahead. On the outside, Cachet got forced off by Devon Taves. Marchand behind the cage. Turned it over almost to Cervanek. And Makar has the puck now. Cale Makar in his own zone in the circle. Now between the circles. We'll deflect that one back in, so no icing. And played by Dostal using the glass. Crosby trying to knock it down. He will. Crosby into the middle. And that one out of the zone. Shot back in here by Tomashik. And it's moved ahead here. McDavid ahead now for Stone. Dropped it for Marner. Marner holds on to it. Rimmed all the way around to the opposite corner. Stone will get it now. Stone into the middle. Crosby behind the net. Crosby has the puck on the backhand. Goes out of the zone now. And Parayko will have to go back for the puck. 3-0 Canada. Parayko has the puck now. Blasts that across. And a stretch ahead here. That did not go. Dumped back here by Tomashik. Parayko now. Along the boards, Theodore. Ahead now for Suzuki. McKinnon now will move it ahead. Nathan McKinnon through the middle. Will dump it back in. Knocked down by Hronek. McKinnon forced him into the corner. McKinnon trying to get it free. Got tripped up by Hurdle. No penalty. Palat fell down. Hagel gets it now along the boards. Hagel cleared out to center. And it's Harley now will get it. Thomas Harley plays it. Here's Suzuki. Back in onside. Hagel. McKinnon off a skate. McKinnon behind the net now for Hagel in the opposite corner. Suzuki back up top of the point. Harley out of the reach of Doughty. And Pastrnak turned it over at the blue line, held in by Hagel. Down low Suzuki. Centering pass for McKinnon didn't go. And the other way comes Pastrnak the other way. Trying to get something here on the board for Czechia. Pastrnak cuts in. Pastrnak, nice move. Pastrnak holds on to it. Pass was broken up. Oh, that might have been the move. Might just need to just take the shot there. But he didn't. He was trying to pass it. David Pastrnak trying to create some offense here for Czechia, and still nothing on the board for them. 3 for Canada. Harley now, and Doughty deflects that one back in. Here's McDavid with some speed. McDavid holds on to it, and he got a penalty drawn there in interference with 12:31 to go. Wes McCauley makes the call. And a power play of Kubalik will go to the penalty box.
So
Wow. Two-time Olympian Kubalik go into the box as he actually tripped up Celebrini. It was Celebrini. I thought it was McDavid drawing the call. He did not. Kubalik goes to the box. A 3-0 lead for Canada. And they'll be going to the power play. And with 12:31 remaining here in the third period, trying to make it a 4-0 lead over Czechia. As right now, they're in control of this one right now. And They could really put this one away right here. This is yesterday for Team USA at the practice. There's Breck Nelson, Vincent Trocek. I really thought JT Miller and Vincent Trocek do not deserve to be here. No. It should have been either Robertson or Caulfield. I'm just saying that. There's a Swayman right there. Jake Ottinger, one of the backups as well. Probably thinking Hellebuck's going to start that for Team USA. 12:31 to go, third period, and a 3-0 lead for Canada. And they'll have a power play upcoming here, trying to get their first win of the preliminary round. Tie up with Switzerland, and with 3 points in the standings in the Group A. Czechia, a part of that Group A conference as well. USA, Latvia would be later, and in the same group as well, Group C. Power play, Kubalik for interference, and so a 3-0 lead, trying to make it 4 right here. Makar from the blue line. Makar feeds it along the boards. McDavid down low as Crosby has it at the goal line now, moves into the circle. McDavid switching places with Crosby. McDavid across back door, score! Nathan MacKinnon! What a beauty of a power play passing right there, and it's 4-0. Wow. That just seemed easy. Crosby and McDavid switched places from the goal line, and McKinnon gets the backdoor feed from McDavid. And with 12:18 to go, it is a 4-0 lead, a power play goal for Canada. That is the end, fellas. It was a battle of goalies dominated by Binnington, and this power play goal broke our neck. Yeah, that might be the dagger in this one. Foxa couldn't win the face-off. Marchand backhands that one back in off the glass. Kudryavtsev trying to clear it, could not. Shot from the point, blocked on the way through. Foxa the other way. Maybe they're trying to respond here quickly. Back into the middle, Stransky. Forced off there by Doughty with the body. Horvat, Stransky trying to get it. Doughty and Foxa fighting for the puck. Tomashik now. Tomashik looks to center for Foxa. Tomashik now gets into the corner, plays back to the point. Spacek feeds that one across. Long shot, blocked on the way through. Binnington falling down. Foxa was in the way there. Now a breakaway for Marchand. Save made. Dostal. Horvat the other way. Horvat leaves it. Makar with some room. Makar in. Makar stopped. Oh, wow. This is just way too easy for Canada. Makar feeds that one across off the bench. Crosby, save! A sentence that haunts the Ottawa Senators. Fresh off the bench is Crosby. 11:19 to go in the third period. And Foxa got bumped into... Binnington and Harley and Foxa, teammates in Dallas, were getting at it. Harley was laughing and Foxa was just annoyed. They're teammates in Dallas right now, and they're going to try to win a Stanley Cup this year. And they're over here pushing each other in front of Binnington. Oh, my goodness. That's hilarious. Against the Blues goaltender that they've scored on in the last minute 3 times this season. And Harley scored one of those game winners with 1:06 to go. Oh, man. That's hockey. Representing your country takes to another level. Pastrnak goes cross-ice. That didn't go for Palat. Palat lost to Crosby. And Hronek now has it. Played it back here for Hurdle. Hurdle back into his own zone. Pastrnak has it at center. Carries it back in on the far wing. Got taken down at the blue line by Parayko. Hagel will drop pass it for McKinnon. McKinnon in. McKinnon on the outside. McKinnon looks to center. They got intercepted there by Gudas. Pastrnak drops it off. There's some speed here. A Kubalik shot that got blocked on the way through. Taves. And Suzuki leaves it for Makar. McKinnon along the boards. Backhands that one back in. Gudas. Now for Natchez. Natchez will drop it off. No. Fakes the drop pass for Gudas. Here's Natchez now with the puck. Carrying it ahead. Lost it again. Canada's defense just building a wall at the blue line to prevent Czechia from getting any sort of zone entry here. The shots are 30-25. Back in, Cervenka into the corner. Now behind the net, Doughty pressured Cervenka, trying to get it free. As Cachet was trying to get it free as well. And race for the puck here, spot check. No icing at the last second. Looked like it was going to be an icing, but it was waved off at the last second. McDavid along the boards. Backhands that one around. Kudratsev into the middle. Shot by Wilson. Save made. Sucked away there by Dostal out of play with 9:23 to go here in the third period. Power play beauty. McDavid, Crosby, McKinnon all combining. 4-0 Canada. We'll be back in just a moment. Welcome you back to the Milano Cortina Olympics 2026. Olympic hockey here, men's hockey. First time that the NHL players are back in the Olympics for the first time since 2014. And it's a 4-0 lead here. David Pastrnak during the opening ceremonies carried the flag of Czechia. And that was during those opening ceremonies. David Pastrnak with the flag. Has been kind of annoyed here as he feels like he's been one of the best players for Czechia in the game. Hasn't scored, no one scored. As frustration starting to boil here for Czechia as they're down by 4 with 9:23 to go in the third period. And Ducho wants a goal so bad from Czechia. With 9:23 to go in the third period. Foxa trying to win the draw off the tie-up. It is still loose, and Spacek now will use the boards to get it there for Stransky. Ahead now, and it's dumped back in. Here's Foxa. Foxa on the outside with Horvat. Foxa back up top. Shot, save, made Bennington. Into the middle, Stransky was there, and that pass is picked off. There's Kudratchik. Kudatrick was trying to get it. And rimmed all the way around once again here. Tomashik. And held it at the point. Here's Spacek with some room. A shot. Save. Made Bennington. Again. Marchand will clear it out to center. Horvat. Or pardon me. Horvat was. Along the boards here. A drop pass by Tomashik. Pastrnak. That pass across for Hurdle didn't connect. Deflected up in the air. And Hronek now has the puck. Hronek for Pastrnak. Here is Semek. Semek on the other side. Semek. Behind the net, they tripped up their own referee. Wow. Hronek from the blue line. The shot. That deflects out of play. With 8:17 to go in the third period. A 4-0 Canada lead. (31-26) the shots favoring Canada here in the game. Semek tripped up Wes McCauley and he went down for a ride, just falling down. Jeez. It's hilarious. Wes McCauley, 5 minutes for fighting. 8:17 to go in the third period. Crosby wins the draw. And not out of the zone just yet as Semek held it in. And now the other way comes Bennett. Sam Bennett cuts in with Crosby. Shot. Bennett save. Dostal with 8:06 to go. Parlay for today for Piccolo Crocris. Parlay for today, 2 or more goals from McKinnon or Draisaitl. Let's go, Nathan McKinnon. 29, give me hope. We'll see. And is Germany? I think Germany's playing today, right? I think they are. I think everyone's starting to play. This is their first games today, if they didn't play yesterday. Crosby against Kampf in the face-off dot. Kampf won the draw. Gudis now has it in his own zone, trying to stretch it ahead. That was picked off by Crosby. Crosby re-enters. Crosby sends that one across. That shot that deflected wide. Stone. Now Crosby in the corner. Crosby, Marner, Stone. Now Makar. Out of the reach of Marner. He'll go back in his own zone. 7:40 to go, third period. Crosby. Reverse that one for Makar. BBC got it back on. Wow, it's 4-0. They got it on with 7.5 to go in the third. Wow. That is insane. Kel Makar behind his own cage. Has it. He'll look to move it ahead here. Makar deflected back in. McKinnon on the outside. McKinnon tried to center, and the shot by Hagel went wide. Doughty off the glove, and it's cleared out of the zone by Cachet. Team Canada is stacked. This is an easy win. Yeah, I mean, Czechia had some chances here in the game. Bennington, going back to his Four Nations face-off self here in this one. He has done well. Hagel in the corner. Played it behind the net now. Here's McKinnon. Wraparound attempt. And Harley gets it back at the point. Along the boards, Doughty goes behind the net now as Suzuki plays that back to the point. Harley now. McDavid looks to center. They score! Suzuki off the deflection at the side of the cage. It is 5-0. 6:38 to go, and that might be it right there with a 5-0 lead with Suzuki. The deflection at the side of the cage, short side on Dostal, and what a pass there by McDavid. McDavid, done well in this game. 2 assists. Wow. And Suzuki. Yeah, who was I forgot who it was that wanted the goal so bad. Let's see, I can scroll back up. Who was it? It was William who wanted Suzuki to score so bad, and Suzuki does score. So, William, you're still here. Yeah, you got your Suzuki goal. With 6:38 to go in the third period, as Canada is up by 5. And we're back on the puck, and 5-0 lead for Canada. Hronek rimmed it all the way around. And that'll be an icing here on Czechia with 6:25 to go here in the third period. So Nick Suzuki, the latest goal scorer, the deflection at the side of the cage. And on their 34th shot, they have put it home for a 5-0 lead. And they're 6:25 away from getting 3 points out of this one. Face-off inside the Czechia zone. McDavid wins the draw. Played back for Theodore at the point. Parayko sends it low into the circle. Celebrini. McDavid gets it now. Spins away from pressure. Hronek was pressuring him from behind as McDavid tied up. McDavid still has the puck, though. Moved it to Celebrini. Behind the net now is Wilson. Celebrini! Wilson now trying to chop at it. And it goes back to the point. Theodore held it in. Turned it over at the blue line, though. As it's moved back in, Tomashik. Tomashik lost it, and Stransky couldn't hold it in, and it's cleared out of the zone. Wilson was there pressuring from behind on Kempney. Foxa leaves it. Gudis, Pasternak, angled off the puck. He lost his stick. And Pasternak has to go back for his stick now. With 5.5 to go here in the third period, Parayko will move it ahead. Shooting it back in from the red line. Off the glass. Bennett leaves it along the boards. Bennett behind the cage. Bennett tied up along the boards here. And goes back to the point for Makar. Makar, the shot, went wide of the net. Bennett behind the net now is played back here by Makar. Faded across. Shot. Bennett! Wide. Makar leaves it for Taves. 5 minutes to go here in this one. They look like too many men. They don't call it. Gudis played back here. And a 5-0 lead. Spacek has the puck in his own zone. David Spacek still has the puck in his circle. Moves it ahead here for Kampf. That one deflected back in. Kubalik from the board, centering pass. And that did not go. The other way comes Canada. Marner dumps that one in deeper. Stone behind the net, looks to center. Shot down low, Crosby! Save, rebound was loose. Stone back up top of the point. Harley, back for Stone again. Stone. Crosby let it go as Marner couldn't get to the loose puck. He was tied up by Spacek. Marner has the puck along the boards. Fed it in deeper. Crosby let it go. Suzuki behind the net. Suzuki with the puck. Suzuki back up top. Marner. Parayko. Fed it in deeper. Suzuki was trying to get it. Spacek lost it. Nations was trying to get it now with less than 4 to go in the third. Theodore now with the puck. We'll stretch it ahead here. They got McKinnon cutting. McKinnon shot wide of the net. Theodore. And McKinnon lets it go to Suzuki. Suzuki centered. Saved the stall on Hagel. They continue to pour it on here on Team Czechia with 3:36 to go. A reminder, subscribe if you want to tune in for more hockey streams. We'll be doing the NHL playoffs, NHL regular season, rest of it February through April. Stanley Cup playoffs, Stanley Cup final, May AHL Calder Cup final and Calder Cup playoffs. College hockey, and obviously the rest of these Olympics, and including the medal games. Gold medal and the bronze. With 3:36 to go here in the third period, it's a 5-0 lead here for Canada. And glad you've tuned in with us here. Hopefully we'll cover more Canada games here. Rick Tocchet talking to Sidney Crosby on the bench. Sidney Crosby, he's out there, oldest Canadian player to record a point in Olympic hockey history. Terry O'Malley was the oldest at 39, 1980. He was year 1980. Harold Simpson at 38, 1932. Crosby here, 38, 2026. He has 2 assists in the game. And happy from Dubai. Go, go, go. Yay, Suzuki. No hard feelings, I hope. Loving this. Yeah, all Canada fans are loving this right now. 3:36 to go. And a 5-0 lead here for Team Canada. As they are up by 5. Flashback, the golden goal. Sidney Crosby in overtime. Gold medal game against Ryan Miller. A lot of old folks on that one. Seabrook, Morrow. Man, a lot of old players. Back into the middle. That's Theodore, who lost the puck there. Trucking from Montana, heading to Canada. Wow. Or trucking through Montana and heading to Canada. Wow, that's something. That's a whistle with 3:22 to go. Glad you have tuned in with us here on the MHS Network. We'll continue our coverage of the Olympics from the USA, and I'm loving this. Go Canada. Foxa in the faceoff dot against McDavid. McDavid won the draw outside of their own blue line. Makar shoots it back in from the red line. Rimmed all the way around, and Hronek up in the air. Celebrini was trying to knock it down. McDavid gets it again. McDavid tried to center off a skate in front and cleared for an icing. Bro, love this. You got my sub. Johnny Boy 9213. Thank you so much. Spread the word, everybody. We'll be covering NHL, Olympics. Rick Tocchet is already celebrating on the bench. He already has a smile with Crosby. BBC is 7 minutes behind, so getting all these last few goals. Bro, love this. You got my sub. Okay, this is just great to watch. Canada looks like the team that we all expected them to be here heading into this Olympics. Icing again here on Czechia. And Czechia fans here in the building, not fans of this, obviously. All just sitting there like, wow. This could be the first team. Well, this could be the second team in the tournament to, be. I won't say it because I'm not going to jinx it. Because I believe in the commentator curse. Stransky. As Wilson plays it back for Harley. Wilson again, fan on the shot. 2.5 away. They're looking for one more thing, and it's for their goaltender. Harley with the puck, trying to put an exclamation point on their first victory of the Olympics since 2014. You're a great spokesperson for this game. Love the energy. Thank you so much. And it's played in the corner. McDavid, someone lost their stick in the corner. McDavid trying to get it free. And Celebrini was there on the forecheck, couldn't get it. And now the other way comes Palat. Palat knocked down as he was trying to carry it back into the Canada zone. 2 minutes left to go here in the third period. It is a 5-0 Canada lead. Latest goal scored by Nick Suzuki from the side of the cage on the deflection. Shot from the point. It's actually a rim around by Gudas. McDavid, and held in by Kubalik into the middle. Pastrnak. That pass for Kubalik. Poked out the center. Kempny now has the puck. Kempny passes that back for Gudas with 1 minute and 39 seconds remaining here on the clock in the third period. Natchez plays that back here for Kempny. Goes cross ice for spot check. Camp in the middle. Natchez with some speed on the outside. Try to center one for Camp. Camp along the boards. And Bennett will clear it out to center. Spacek gets it now. Leaves it for Natchez. Natchez will play that back. Kundrik. And back in is Natchez again. Lost it. Has a minute left on the clock here in the third period. 5-0 Canada. And this is the team we expected to see here tonight. And in this tournament, to start off the tournament, they have looked pretty good. Not pretty good, spectacular. Stone back up top. Doughty across for Harley. Someone fell down in Marner with 35 seconds to go here in the third period. Dumped back in by Shavanik. Harley around the boards with less than 30 to go. Into the opposite corner, Simic behind the net now. Goes behind the net here as Sedlik trying to get it free. Sedlik with 15 to go. Sedlik looks to center. It's in the top of the crease. And it's cleared out to center ice again. 10 seconds to go. Canada trying to win the first game of their preliminary round, and they're just 5 seconds away from doing so. 3 seconds left on the clock. Into the middle. Foxer couldn't get the pass. That'll do it. Canada wins it 5-0. Jordan Bennington, the shutout. The second shutout of today. And Canada picks up a 5-0 win and get 3 points in the standings. Read the chat here. GG, good effort today, but we were outclassed. Can't be mad. Respected those stars that stay in goal. Thanks for the commentary. Looking forward to Czechia playing France and Swiss, hopefully with W's. And wow, a 5-0 win for Canada, and hopefully you guys can return back for our coverage tomorrow. Finland versus Sweden at 5 o'clock a.m. Central, 6 o'clock a.m. Eastern, and hopefully maybe we can do another game tomorrow on Friday. Hopefully you return, subscribe. We'll have all the coverage of the Olympics basically this week. And then the gold medal and the bronze medal games. Then we return back to the NHL regular season. Then the Frozen Four, Stanley Cup playoffs, and the Stanley Cup final, and the AHL Calder Cup final, and AHL playoffs. So hopefully you have subscribed so you can tune in for all of those. 5-0. Canada wins it. Celebrini with the game-winning goal at 6. It was 6 seconds remaining on the clock in the first period. From Max, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you tomorrow for Finland and Sweden. Have a good day, everybody.